Deep in the dark, I felt the fire flicker, ignite the flame and give us life. My cursed mark, and hollow heart grows sicker, out of the shadow cometh light. Kill me, I'd like to see you try. You take my life, I fail to die. The fires fade, now close your eyes and sing my undead lullaby. The night will fall and swallow light to fill my dark hollow inside, and yet my death is all but nigh. Sing my undead lullaby. Keep the fire bright, I can see your breath as the cold creeps in. You are beyond death. Take a leap of faith, unless you're scared to try. Now brace yourself for me and prepare to die. In a barren land where the dead will walk and the dragons fly. Blood across the sand, good intentions crumble as the demons rise. Welcome to my own hell, a place I know well, there's nothing like. You came prepared, because this is where angels come to die. Bloodstains of the fallen plague this trail you're walking. A warning to be hearkened. Eyes of fate are always watching. Desecrated grave forgotten. Seed of evil in the garden. Rise up from your coffin. Submit yourself unto the darkness. Darkness is falling. Grim Reaper's calling. Shadows are coming to life. I must rekindle embers that dwindle. Ashes and cinder will I rise.
Hello, and welcome to Game 2 of Curse of Strahd.
Yay!
Hi.
And I'm actually here for once.
Yes, this game I have taken the Curse of Strahd module from Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition and have converted it to the rules of Call of Cthulhu 7th edition, creating a new, unique, and maddening experience set with a gothic horror theme. I would like to thank my wonderful players, Amishplan playing Gerard Barrington, Hex Harper playing Alexis Borakov. Yes, Borakov. Yes. Nick Brown, the man of renown, playing Matthew Moore, and Blue Teddy Narrations playing the wonderful, beautiful Miss Daisy. And I am Dr. Crow. I am your lore keeper for this game. And as such, we must go over the lore for last game. Last week, our players have entered the mysterious valley of Barovia. Entering a small village bearing the same name, they met up with... And... God damn it, the names are now just suddenly vanishing from my mind the moment I don't want them to. I played this game so thousands of times I have the names memorized, except for the moment I need to say them.
Irene and Isolde, I think, something like that.
It is not Isolde, it is Irene and Ismark. Ismark the Lesser. Both of which are under distress for their father, the former burgomaster of Barovia, the village, had died of a heart attack. The characters helped put the father into hallowed ground where they heard the screams of a cursed boy, Doru, his father Dorvich, unable to help him. The characters decide to help Ismark and Irene travel to the city of Vallaki, a small town set in the middle of the valley. But along the way, they came to a gallows where the dead body of Barrington was hanging. Barrington dismissed it as a fine parlor trick. Everybody else unsure. They met with a group of Vistani in a camp where they got their fortunes read by a Madame Eva. She told them that they are destined to fight the Devil Strahd, the ruler of this land. In her tent, they found one of these mysterious treasures that are supposed to help them bring justice to this vampire. It being a bizarre holy symbol made of platinum with a jewel in the center of. The party split ways with Daisy, who as a robotic doll was commissioned to be a servant in the castle Ravenloft. As she traveled to the castle, the rest of the party made their way into Vallaki. Barrington and Ismark met with the burgomaster there, who is shown to not exactly be fully sane. Planning this massive festival called the Festival of the Sun.
For the sun must be praised.
The sun must be praised, yes. Daisy made her way into the castle where she met with her new master, Strahd von Zarovich. Rahadin, the chamberlain of the castle, escorted her to her chambers, where she made friends with a black cat named Grizzlegut. And that is where our game left off. We will be picking up with Alexei and Matthew, who are both trying to travel with his cart to a small church here in Vallaki to put Alexei's bride, who has passed away, to rest. I have somewhere in here a church. It would be nice if I was ready. There we go. So this slouching centuries-old stone church has a bulging steeple. In the back, the walls lined with cracked stained glass windows depicting pious saints. A fence of wrought iron encloses a garden of gravestones next to the church. A thin mist creeps amongst the graves. This is the church that you find yourselves in front of.
I knock on the door.
All right. You walk through the gate. It squeals in protest, knocking on the door. Opening the door is a small boy in clerical robes. As he looks up to you and goes, hello, traveler.
Yes, is the pastor here.
Father Petrovich, he calls out, opening the door and leading you inside. Father Petrovich, travelers have come to see you. Walking from around the altar, this elder man, leaning heavy on a cane, walks up, and he gives you the brightest smile. He goes, travelers, It is so good to see you. Welcome to St. Andrew's Church. May the morning be praised. Have you come to lay your woes?
I was wondering if you had a extra a plot available in your cemetery.
Oh, you poor child. I am sorry for your loss. Quickly, bring the deceased in. We will begin the burial rites immediately.
All right. I go over and I fiddle the wagon somehow, or just to ask for help carrying the.
I'll help.
Yeah.
Milovich, a brawny young teenager, walks around from the back of the church, putting a shovel down into the ground. Helps them with the deceased, and he kind of gives a nod, and he walks up. He takes another end of the coffin and helps you carry it inside.
Is this the boy that answered the door?
No, this is the second boy. The younger, altar boy. He's starting to light some candles, filling a decanter with the incense that lights it so it starts perfuming this fine aroma.
How old are these boys?
The older boy seems to be probably about 18, 19. Not quite yet an adult. The other boy, he's probably about 10 at best.
Oh, wow. Around the same age the one boy that got killed by wolves was.
Mm-hmm.
Shame. I hope this isn't a Catholic church as well.
Why would you make that joke?
I don't know. I had to. Someone had to.
Yeah. So, Father Petrovich, as you set the coffin on the altar, he asked permission to open it.
Very well.
All right. So he takes a little bit of holy water, he dips his fingers into it, starts muttering a prayer in Latin, touches her forehead, touches her shoulders, doing a cross symbol across her body. He motions for the coffin to be closed again, leads you guys outside, where he motions for Malovich, the older boy, to start digging a grave for the deceased. Dear,
I will help dig that grave as well.
all right. He turns to look at you, Alexei, and goes, if there's anything you need to say to her, now would be your last moments.
First off, I just kind of, if you give me a moment or whatever, I just want to make sure everything is in its proper place and all that. And I inspect the coffin, I inspect her, and I make sure everything is in its proper place.
Everything is to the proper place. Her hands are kind of like, you have to readjust her hands to make it into like the folding position across her chest. Make sure.
Including that other thing?
Yes. Everything is where it should be.
All right. I I choke back whatever I can. I just say my goodbyes. I do everything, and it's like I'm sorry you were alive, but given the state of it, I'm also kind of glad you're not. But still, I love you, and I just kind of give on that whole spiel, and or it's like, let's put her away now. It's the sooner this is over, the better for everyone. I mean, she was almost stabbed at the gates, so.
Yeah. Yes, the guards they are a bit overzealous about their work.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry for your loss.
Yeah, thank you. Camille was wonderful.
He puts a comforting hand on your shoulder, and he kind of lets you have your moment of peace alone.
Mm-hmm.
The grave is dug, coffin is lowered in gently, and the boy starts to fill it back up.
I help.
Yep. As the father gives his long-winded speech another go, blessing her in the name of the morning lore and to embrace the call of the night mother.
When he finishes that speech, I do want to ask the father, may I ask, why is it the guards are so overzealous? What is it they fear?
Vampiros.
Been hearing a lot about these vampires. What exactly are they, in your professional opinion?
The only thing I can describe them is demons. They look like people who were once living, like you and me. But there's something different about them. They sleep during the day, at least the lesser ones do. And at night, they feed upon the blood of the living, gorging themselves. You can tell a bite of the vampire by the neck, 2 puncture holes.
And these vampires, that's all they do in their attack is 2 bites in the neck? They don't...
They have short claws, their nails grown out. They can use swords and other weapons of the like. They can walk on walls.
So theoretically, they could tear someone apart very deliberately and precisely.
Very strong. They can take multiple crossbows and arrows to the chest, arms, and not die.
And then how does one kill such a creature?
The lesser ones, while very difficult, eventually they will succumb to their wounds. The greater one, Strahd, he cannot be defeated.
Anything can be defeated, sir. Father, I mean.
It is all right. You are not accustomed to our ways. You are outsider. I have met many other outsiders before. Some dressed like you, others dressed in armor and bearing swords of great size and powers. All have fallen to the vampire.
I'll try not to fall as well, though my goal is to avoid fights as much as possible.
Right.
I only merely wish to go to prayer in this nearby abbey. Is there directions you can point me to?
The Abbey of St. Markovia in Krez?
Yes.
Nice. You'll leave the town westward. You keep traveling west, travel west at the fork eventually that you come across. You'll come to the gate of Krez.
Excellent. I'll spend the night here, of course, in the tavern, but it's good just to confirm the directions of where this abbey is located.
Yes. You're on pilgrimage.
Yes, I am.
Come back inside the church. Let us bless your pilgrimage.
I would very much appreciate that, Father.
He turns to look at the younger boy and goes, Yiska, grab wine. We drink to the memory of those who have fallen. The boy runs back inside, and he has a wine which the father blesses, pours each of you a cup, holds it up and says, let us remember those that we lost. Pray for them for death. It takes them out of this world of pain into the bright light above. Let us drink to travels yet to come. Let us drink to friendships that we've made. Let us drink to the dawn of the next day. And he takes a big swig from his chalice.
If he drinks first, then I'll drink next, just to make sure it's not poisoned or something. You never know.
You die.
Oh, should have known.
Alexi, do you drink?
I drink, and when we have a moment or whatever, I ask the someone for a pen or something like that, and using the back of the letter I got, I'm just going to write down the name of the church, the city, and just map out where exactly Camille is buried, in case my eyes, in case my mind bugs up on me if I ever return again.
So the father bids you fair tides, but he must get ready for tonight's service.
Of course. Goodbye, Father.
Thank you, Father. I truly appreciate this.
Oh, what was the name of your departed? We would like to put a tombstone for her.
Camille Borokov.
Camille Barovkov. Would there be any words you would like to have transcribed upon it?
I can't think of anything personally, but I think
Lexi would probably know.
Alexi gives something relatively appropriate.
Yeah, a loving wife.
Loving wife.
Wife.
It's one to abandon your old life for, kind of thing.
Okay. He gives a nod. He writes that down, and he bids you farewell into the night. And he warns you very specifically: do not stay out till late into the night. The streets are dangerous.
Yes, Father. Bless you, Father.
Thank you for the advice, Father. Praise the sun, the morning sun.
Yeah. Blessings of the morning Lord be upon you. And he does the sun holy symbol over top of you, and then he shuts the door behind you.
And okay, let's just go to a hotel today.
Yep, there's a tavern. Barrington mentioned that, and Eastmouse that we will be meeting at, supposedly.
Fair. Anywhere's good for me now.
I do have to ask, Mr. Borokov. You were very close with your beloved?
Married almost 20 years.
Right. How does one go on a date, sort of?
A date?
Well, an introductory date, sort of. Well, say you've known this person for some time through letters, but you've never met physically. How does one go about saying hello, kind of, if that makes sense, Mr. Borokov, sir? I'm thinking flowers, but is that...
That's not a bad way to go. I mean, friendly introduction, nothing too overblown gift, just a small bouquet of flowers, probably. It's then show one of your letters saying, hey, I am, I'm the person you've been talking to all this time, and it's a pleasure to meet you and whatnot, and just let things naturally flow from there. I guess I haven't really had a pen pal, so I can't really.
What kind of flowers does one, in this scenario, one might give? Very expensive ones? What kind of flowers as well?
I mean, given the gloomy nature of this place, anything you could find.
How about gold necklace? Girls like that. If it's
someone you just met
in this scenario, in this hypothetical scenario.
How old are you?
37, but I don't think that matters too much.
You're a year younger than I am.
So you've been married 20 years. You were married at 16.
No, I I married at 19. I'm
19. Oh. Love at first sight?
something like that. I wanted to, I wanted to bring her along with the caravan when I first met her, and they didn't approve. So I left. I chose my old life for her. And
That was a good decision. I would say so myself, even though I've not met your dearly beloved. But if you truly loved each other, I believe love is far more important than things like duty and honor.
yeah, it's
For love comes first, and duty and honor is to your dearly beloved.
It's unfortunate that we were never able to have a kid. She was fairly barren, I guess you could say. But that's a disappointment, but not the end of the world.
Was adoption something she did not consider?
It's like we had to be able to afford a kid first. But that's neither here nor there.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So as you two have your conversation, as you walk across the roads of Vallaki, we will go to Barrington. Barrington, you and Ismark agreed to meet up with the other two back at the Blue Water Inn. You are standing before this building where gray smoke issues from the chimney of this large 2-story wood building with a stone foundation and sagging tile roof, upon which several ravens have perched. A painted wooden sign hangs above the main entrance and depicts a blue waterfall. Did Amish step away?
I'm here. I guess he'll just kind of be going around town.
Oh, you're going around town? I thought you said you were going to go back to the Blue Water Inn last game.
I'm sorry. Yeah, because we agreed to meet up.
Yep.
Thank you.
All right. So you're standing before the building I just described.
All right, walk on it.
All right. Damp cloaks hang from pegs at the entrance portico. The tavern is packed with tables and chairs, with narrow paths meandering between them. A bar stretches along one wall under a balcony that can be reached by a wooden staircase that hangs to the north. Another balcony overhangs an entrance to the east. All the windows are fitted with thick shutters and crossbars. Lanterns hang above the bar, resting on tables, bathe the room in dull orange light, and cast shadows upon the walls, most of which are adorned with wolf heads mounted on wooden plaques.
Quite a charming establishment. See, if he doesn't see any of his fellow people there, he will go to the. I assume this kind of place wouldn't have a private booth, so he would just go up to the bar.
Yep. So you go up to the bar, and there are a number. So at the bar are these two obviously noble brothers. You can tell they're brothers because they have similar features to one another, kind of like short, dark hair, similar stature and build. They may even be twins. And they are both clearly plastered as they're swaying back and forth, going, "Yeah, barkeep, give us another." And the barkeep kind of like shakes his head and goes, "No, I think you two've had enough for one night. Go back home to your mother, boys. I'm sure the Watch family would love to keep their two darling dears in hand." He kind of rolls his eyes, looks at you and goes, "Welcome, your lordship. I heard that we had visitors in the city today. Are you finding the town of Vallaki to your favor?"
Sure is a unique town, that's to be certain.
There ain't no town like it. What can I do you for?
You find us wine, sir.
The finest wine. And he pours you a cup of this thick red wine. He slides it over.
Never seen wine quite like that before. He would kind of cautiously smell it before tasting it.
He poured it from this great big barrel along the back wall. It smells sweet. Taste hearty. Like a really, really good, rich, dark wine.
At least the town does know it's good wine when it has it.
Yep. This ain't the best wine you ever had, but this is pretty good for common stuff.
What can you tell me about the lordship of this place? And
The Baron? Man's gone mad. That's what I tell you. Having these... Kind of lowers his voice a little bit. Having these festivals every month. It's driving the people ragged. He thinks it keeps the devil's draught away, but it does no good, I tell you. No good. But don't speak that out loud. It's illegal to speak ill of the festivals.
He's even gone as far as to make it illegal to talk bad about them.
People have been locked up in the stocks because of it.
I see. Then that would make him quite mad. Tell me, when was the last attack in this fair town, then?
Not for a very long time. Long before I was born.
So then what makes you think the festivals are not working, then?
I mean, have you not seen... What else is... You're an outsider. You don't know much about us, do you?
That's why I want to learn. I want to figure out what I can do to, help.
The sun hasn't shined in Barovia for nearly on 500 years. Always overcast. My father's father used to speak of these lavender flowers that would grow wild in the spring. Never seen it in my life. Wolves prowl the forest, bats hunt at night.
You've seen such wolves and bats.
I have. Vicious, they move with tactics of men. Some may even be men.
I'm sorry, what?
Have you ever heard of a werewolf, outsider?
More fable legends.
I would not call them fables if I were you, young sir. Coming up to the bar is this lavishly dressed man in orange robes. Has a top hat and he's leaning heavy on a cane, walking with a clearly very bad limp. He's got a slight hook nose, balding white hair. He goes, "You have not seen all that this world could hold."
Oh, really? Is that so?
My name is Rictavio. I am a traveling performer. I have been as far as London to Moscow. From Beijing all the way to the fabled New York. I have seen many wonders. Many, many wonders. Many frightful, dreary wonders.
What are you getting at, my friend?
I am saying that you should not speak with wisdom that you do not have, young sir. He pokes you in the chest.
Looks down at the poke from the cane, and they're like, "Oh, that's a nasty leg one you have there. I wouldn't recommend messing with one who is actually healthier than you."
I may not be as useful as I was in my days, but I can still throw a good fisticuffs if I need to.
He kind of looks back at the tavern the bartender and goes, "Sorry about this," and I kick the cane.
All right, you kick the cane. I need you to make a fighting brawl check. He's going to fight back.
Yeah. Yeah. Brawl. Where's the other? I do not have enough luck to push all that down all the way, so I'm going to push it.
You're going to push it? All right,
Yeah.
so you go to kick out the cane. He quickly lifts it up out of the way, so you're going to push your luck.
Oh, that's even worse.
So I'm going to tell you right now, he passed by a lot. He rolled a 35.
I failed with a 75 and then proceeded to fail with a 96.
Okay. So not only does he lift his cane up, he catches your ankle, lifts it up, knocks you off your balance, and puts you down, face down on the ground, where he puts the cane right between your shoulders. You take 1 point of damage because he's not trying to kill you. And so as he's got his cane like right between your shoulder blades, he goes, like I said, I am more than what I seem. Do you wish to give Octavio another chance?
He's the others aren't there to see this, so the real him's coming out. He gets up and starts blowing up. He starts pulling up the
Eastmark is there. I do want to point out.
Okay, so he's he just kind of glares at the drunk he's
Octavio is not drunk. This is the two drunk boys who are now laughing at you who are drunk.
He was probably a monk. Isn't he a monk in the original set?
I'll make a little roll to see how pissed he gets.
I'm not going to use that live in the stream.
Just really a little private. Let's see here. All right, so after that, he kind of gets up, and then he's just going to swing a fist at him.
All right, just going to do a quick fight back. Oh shit!
I succeeded that time.
How much?
I rolled a 16.
Oh damn! But no, how many degrees below is that?
I have a 25. So
that's 1 degree.
Yeah. All
right, so he succeeded by 5 degrees.
He rolled a crit.
He rolled a 19. He didn't roll a crit. So he does stop your punch with his cane, he bats it away. And on his turn, he's going to pull the cane out, and it is a sword inside the cane.
Oh.
And he just kind of holds that up at you. Do you wish to keep continuing this facade, or do I need to embarrass you even more?
Oh, boy.
Seeing that the NPC is there, who would definitely spill the beans if he did anything. He'll just glance at him and he just looks at the guy, grabs his coat, and just storms out of the tavern.
Ismark quickly follows you. You can hear the sliding of his sword back into his scabbard. And Octavio goes, such young and hasty action. But he made the right choice. And he puts his sword back into his cane. And he goes, let me tell you about the time that I fought an American werewolf in London.
Har.
So Barrington comes storming out, and Alexi and Matthew, you both can see him coming out as you're walking up the path to the Blue Water Inn.
Mr. Barrington, is that you?
Yeah, that's me.
Are you all right?
It's nothing.
Ismark goes, he got his ass handed to him by an old man.
What kind of old man?
Clearly one who keeps saying he is much more than he seems.
All right. So how did your meeting with the Burger Master go?
Good. Good for the most part. He is undoubtedly insane, but he seems to think that these festivals are what's keeping the Devil's Strahd away from the town, and the town's growing tired having to do them again and again every month.
Ismark just gives a nod. This town is got an uneasy feel about it. It's going to be a riot before too long.
Is it safe for you and Irene to stay here then?
Safer than it was in the village. But perhaps we shouldn't stay too long.
According to the tavern keeper, no attacks have happened here as of some long times. It's just that supposedly the sun never rises. It's always this mist that we have around here. Bats, talks of bats and wolves that apparently, according to them, can sometimes be people, which would lead to a certain old man making an ass out of himself and pissing me off.
We heard similar talk of vampires at the old church.
Yes, they match the description you gave to us, Ismark.
So we have two different fables now. Werewolves, people who can totally werewolves, which I can only assume people that can turn into dog-like creatures like wolves. And what exactly are vampires?
Monsters. Irene kind of rolls her eyes and goes, Ismark, give a much better description, please. They look like men, but they are undead. They stalk the night, feed upon the blood of the living. If you're bitten by one and are killed by them, you become a vampire.
The father called them demons.
That is an apt description.
Vampires, werewolves, demons. This place just keeps getting better and better.
Well, at least we don't have to deal with them with me lugging a giant coffin around.
Yes, and on the morrow I go to the Abbey.
And I'm still willing to accompany you.
Ismark hands a letter to Irene and goes, go back inside the bar. The Baron paid for rooms here. Now, what of you, Lord Barrington? Will you stay here in the city, or will you leave with them?
Well, I was approached by the burgomaster to do some work here to help them with the town, but if you gentlemen want some assistance, I am more than welcome to.
Well, me and Irene will at least stay in the town for a short time. If it turns out that this is not as safe, we will come to Krez behind you, Matthew.
Understood. I know not how long I will be in Krez either, but I shall play this by year, as people might say. As the saying goes.
Stumbling out of the bar are the two drunk brothers from earlier, Barrington, and they're being escorted by a third man who's clearly not drunk, as he's kind of like pushing them at their backs and going, all right, you two, get you home. Your mother will be very upset if you don't make it back this time again. And they kind of walk past you guys without any acknowledgement.
I don't give them any acknowledgement. I move aside and let them pass.
All right.
Same.
I don't do anything to them, though.
Okay. So off they go into the darkness. Irene comes back. She hands you guys a key. Because we have 2 rooms up on the top floor. Is there anything you guys would like to do before you go to sleep?
Mr. Barrington, I'm ashamed to ask of this of you, but may I borrow a few more gold coins just to secure some flowers for the trip to the Abbey?
If you how much are they charging for the flowers here in this town? he will give over a few gold coins.
It's like, oh, they use a different currency here. I just pull out like a couple of like 10 notes or whatever.
Some English
like,
notes.
Yeah, Berlin's got that as well. He's got a bit like, but yeah, he was recently paid in gold coins. But yeah,
I wouldn't mind a meal, but other than that, I don't need to go anywhere.
Eastmark will say, "We will pay for food for you. It's the least we could do for helping us escort to the town."
Thank you. Even though I've barely been here, it's like he's like, I haven't met you before. Since a couple hours ago. But yeah,
Much appreciated, Mr. Eastmark.
Please, you could just call me Eastmark.
No, I don't think I will.
Very well. And they walk back inside the bar. And I think that's it for all of you as well.
is Rictavio still there?
Rictavio is still there, and he's telling this fabled city about some sort of city that sunk into the ocean some eons ago.
I might perk my ears up to that just from depending on what city he's talking about, just because I was in Egypt. What should I roll to listen in?
That would just be a spot listen if you're trying to be stealthy. But
Not really.
Everybody's listening to the bard.
Yeah, just listen, I guess.
All right. He tells his story. He tells a couple of other myths, legends, like Pompeii. He tells about the gods of Olympus. He seems to be going on this big, long Greek tragedy spiel.
Greek. Moore isn't really interested in Greek, although he rolled also terribly for listen, so he probably heard nothing of value from that or stories he might have heard from his time there. So ignore.
All right. But eventually he too retires. Do all three of you retire?
yes.
Yes.
Now it's Blue's turn.
Yeah, I guess not enough of a dick to seek satisfaction.
All right. So you guys eventually turn in for the night. In the morning, Daisy, you are awakened by the sound of a voice over top of you. Wait, what is it?
Hello?
Oh, it talks! Oh, back demon statue! Funk! As a cup lands near your head.
Excuse me. Did you throw a cup at me?
Oh, yeah, I threw a cup at you. I'm saving for your pretty little head.
Well, that isn't very polite.
All right, so you get up to look. You're looking at this 4-foot-tall man, although he comes about shorter because he's got a hunched back and posture. You're going to need to make a sanity save as you're looking at this man with lizard scales on the left side of his face, panther-like ears, and tufts of dog hair growing on his arms.
I failed. I got an 85.
You take another 1 point of sanity, and I would like you to write down Mongrel Folk 1.
Mongrel?
Yeah, Mongrel Folk.
Oh, okay.
Poor Daisy. She's in a very bad place.
She's not having a good week.
No. So you're looking at this a horrific mismatch of animal pieces and man. This guy has a lantern on a table next to him, where he's got a cold bowl of what looks like some sort of cabbage soup. And he's just kind of like looking at you, and you can just see a cup that had like some sort of wine in it down where you were sleeping. Oi, what are you?
I am a doll.
The doll?
Yes, sir, from the dollhouse in London.
He kind of looks you up and down. Kind of goes, hey. Yeah, I'd call you a doll too.
She just totally misses that entirely.
So what brings your porcelain arsehole here to the Castle Ravenloft?
I was commissioned by Master Strahd.
Yeah, Master Strahd had commissioned himself a new toy. Usually whenever he wants a toy, he usually gets them from the village girls.
I see. Well, I suppose technically it was Master Rahadin that sent for me.
Oh. You're not one of those, are you?
One of those?
Hey, the master, he has multiple brides. Each one he's turned like the others. But he's only got one love of his heart. Big gilded portrait of her in the study. Looks just like you.
Are you referring to Tatiana? He said that name yesterday.
Tatiana, that's her name. Yeah. You look just like that taunt you went to fetch.
Do you think you could take me to this study?
No, I can't take you to the study.
Oh.
John rolls his eyes. He goes, you're supposed to go, why aren't you going to take me to the study? Yeah, damn English folk, always so rude.
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to be rude. Oh, why can't you take me to the study?
Yeah, of course you didn't mean to be rude. You all have to be all pompous with a stick up your ass. I'm supposed to tell you, you didn't even ask what my name was.
Oh, goodness, you're right. My apologies. Oh, may I ask your name, sir?
I'm Clovis. I'm the groundskeeper for the castle.
A pleasure to meet you, Clovis. I'm called Daisy.
It's good to meet you, Miss Daisy. Now, I assume as a doll you don't need to eat, but the rest of us living, breathing things do. And he sits down at his table. After I finish my soup, I'll take you up to the study. Rahadin gave me this list. You're supposed to polish the books up in the study. So I might as well take you up there.
Thank you, sir. Oh, I don't mean to interrupt your breakfast further, but I was wondering, you haven't heard of a girl named Gertruda, have you?
Gertruda? As a matter of fact, I have.
Really? Is she here?
Yes, she's in here. She's up in the king's bedchamber up above. You'll be right next to the study. You can go see her. I don't know why you want to see that airheaded twit, but you can.
Thank you. She's gonna pull out the doll and kind of start trying to dust it off a little bit, assuming it still has ashes and stuff on it.
All right. So he eats his soup, downs it, kind of licks the whole bowl clean, just starts licking his hands clean. Just he's a very disgusting man. Eventually he finishes up and he goes, all right, I got your skirts. We got quite a walk up a set of stairs for us. He starts walking up this set of stairs that's in the back of the room that leads up higher into the castle.
Okay, I follow him.
All right. So up through the castle he leads you. through these winding, twisting halls, upstairs, switching to the spiral staircase. And eventually, he walks into a large room. A blazing hearth. Hold on, let me get a drink of water before I read this. A blazing hearth fire fills this room, with rolling waves of red and amber light. The walls are lined with ancient books and tomes, their leather covers well oiled and preserved through careful use. All is in order here. The stone floor is concealed beneath a thick, luxurious rug. In the center of the room, a large, low table, waxed and polished to a mere finished. Even the poker is standing next to the blazing fire is polished. Large, overstuffed dividends and couches are arranged about the room. 2 chairs of burgundy-colored wood with padded leather seats and back cushions face the hearth. A huge painting hangs over the mantelpiece in a heavy, gilded frame. The rolling firelight illuminates the carefully rendered portrait, its exact likeness of Irene.
Clovis.
Aye.
Did this Tatiana perhaps have a twin?
I wouldn't know. She lived about 500 years ago.
A great-great-granddaughter, perhaps, then?
Not as I understand. From what I understand, she died on her wedding day.
I see. I am relatively young. Perhaps there are things I don't know yet. Do you know of a reason why a living woman now would look just like a woman from 500 years ago?
It is rumored that souls here in the valley don't move on to the afterlife when they die. The mist holds them in, just like how it holds us in physically.
You're referring to... She kind of pauses while she searches for the word. Reincarnation.
I guess that's what it's called.
So, does Strahd know about the girl, Irene?
I believe so. From what I understand, he bit her twice. Upon the 3rd bite, he will turn her into a vampire spawn.
What do vampire bites look like? Is it punctures on the neck?
Aye, exactly that.
Yes, then I think you are correct. Or at least he must have bit her once already. And she's gonna kind of shake her head and turn away from the painting. You said that the girl Gertruda would be next door?
Aye.
I think I will return her dolls to her. Well, her doll to her before I begin my work in here.
Yeah, suit yourself. If I were you, I would start making a map of the castle so you don't get lost.
Of course. Well, I have relatively good memory, but I suppose I could jot things down in my journal as I go.
As for me, I got work to attend to. He starts to shuffle off.
It was lovely to meet you, Clovis.
Yeah, whatever.
I go out into the hall and go to the room next door and knock on the door.
As you wander to that room, you hear Clovis down the hall muttering something about the British and how the Scots are better or something. So you knock on the door and you hear, "Come in."
Okay, and I open the door.
A great arched window along the west wall is covered by a heavy red draperies. Their golden tassels glint in the light of 3 candelabras sitting atop small tables about the room. Tall white candles burn with bright, steady light. A large bed, canopied by silk curtains, sits with its headboard against the north wall. Carved into the headboard is a great silk. With great skill is a large Z. Lying amid the velvet and satin sheet bedcloth is a young woman in a nightgown. She is slowly putting on these dainty slippers. Ah, you must be the new maid. My beloved told me that you would come to serve me.
Yes. Hello, I am Daisy. Are you perchance Gertruda?
I am Gertruda.
I met a woman in the village. She said you had come to this castle and she was wanting me to return this to you. And I hold out the doll to her.
My dolly! Oh, and she comes like running up to you and snatches the doll right out. Oh, mother sent the doll. Oh, poor mother. She must miss me dearly. Oh, well. I'm here in the castle now to marry my dear prince.
I see. Have you not been able to write her?
Right? Oh, that might be a lovely idea. I should write a letter to mother to let her know that I am just okay. That I'm here with my prince. I'm to be a princess, Daisy.
That sounds lovely. Gertruda, if I may ask, how old are you?
I am of my date. I am 20 years of my name day.
I see. When I spoke to your mother, I suppose I was just expecting someone much younger. When was it that you left?
Oh, that would have been at least 3 nights ago. You see, mother always kept me safe in the house, locked me up, would never let me leave. Said it was too dangerous, that I was too beautiful and too young, always too young, her little beautiful daughter. But I must explore. I simply must leave the house eventually. It's right for all children to leave the parents' house, is it not? Well,
I
I left.
suppose.
Well, I left, and then I eventually found the castle. And within the castle, I met my prince. Oh, he's so handsome, Daisy. Don't you agree?
Are you referring to Master Strahd?
Lord Strahd von Zarevich. Oh, he's so handsome. His eyes so dreamy. But he always seems so sad.
How well have you gotten to know him?
Oh, very well, very well. We've eaten dinner together multiple nights. He entertains me with stories, and we play games together. Sometimes he visits me in the night, and so blissfully wonderful, Daisy. He says that we are. He says that I am to be turned soon. I assume he means turned into his bride.
Well, that may be, although he could also be referring to being turned into a vampire, yes?
What is a vampire?
I am new to this land, but I'm told that that is what Master Strahd is.
Sounds like one of the old things my mother used to tell me. One of those fables to keep children scared and at bay.
Well, it seems to be something that Master Rahadin believes as well, and as he is my employer, I am inclined to believe him, of course.
Of course, of course. Well, seeing how you are a maid, and it is early in the morning, I must have a bath drawn for me. Can you take care of this, Daisy?
Of course. Right away, Lady Gertruda.
All right. She points off to the side and says, "The bath chamber is within there. I will start preparing my own clothing."
Okay. I go in and draw the bath.
Red satin curtains hang in the archway at both ends of the south wall in this dark room. Between them, in the center of the chamber, stands a large, ornate iron tub with clawed feet. The tub is filled with blood.
Daisy backs up. Lady Gertruda?
Hmm?
When is the last time you were in this powder room?
In the powder room? Last night. So I assume I must be clean. Yes, I must still be clean. I've only slept since then.
Daisy's gonna reach. Do you recall seeing anything strange in the tub?
There was another maid, but she wasn't very nice. She screamed at me and then ran away.
If you could, Lady Gertruda, there's a bit of a mess in here. Do you mind waiting in the bedroom while I clean it up for you?
Oh, that lazy maid must not have cleaned up her mess. Huh. Very well.
Okay, Daisy's gonna kind of take a deep breath very carefully so as not to get anything on her outfit. She's gonna reach her arm down into the tub to try to drain it.
All right. A blood-drenched creature explodes out of the tub and attaches to the ceiling, cackling manically. I'm sorry. Blood pours off its failed flesh, bony limbs, and stringy hair as it scutters away. Roll an insanity check.
Yeah, that makes sense. Oh my... 84.
34?
84.
Oh.
Lucky for you, I'm rolling really bad on these dice. You lose yet one more point.
Okay.
And this is your second illusion. So, illusion 2.
Oh,
Can we
okay.
see the robot pills?
The robot's going to need a vacation. What is your sanity at now?
It is at 46.
Oof.
And what did you start with?
I mean, I started with 60, but that was yesterday.
Yeah. Okay.
Today I started with 48, so it's when I
48.
get down to 24.
24. All right. Let's hope that doesn't happen.
Right.
All right. So when you look down at the blood, it's all gone. The skeleton creature is nowhere to be seen.
Okay, she's gonna stand up and take a moment to right herself and then go out. Or, well, she's gonna go ahead and actually draw a bath.
All right. Nice warm bath. There's bubbles and clean wash. Gertruda kind of like peeks her head in and goes, "Miss Daisy, are you okay? I heard you scream."
Oh, I was startled. There was a mouse.
Oh.
There's a cat in the palace. I'll send it up here later.
Excellent. So Gertruda comes. She disrobes to take the bath. That whole scene happens. Just
Fade to black. Yep.
She gets clean. She has you do all the hair, all the maid stuff. Make sure her hands are all taken care of. You got help her to get dressed. She picked out this nice lavender corset dress with the big bell bottom. She goes, "All right, well, Miss Daisy, can you go fetch some food while I wait and read in the study?"
Of course. Is there anything in particular?
Nothing particular.
I'll see what the cooks have warm then.
All right.
And she's gonna curtsy and go out. and down to the kitchen, which she's been to once before, so.
Yes. In the kitchen, you can smell hot food being prepared. And that old woman that you had encountered last night is sitting at at this big pig pot that's just frothing and boiling over. Occasional hiss from the fire as its broth lands in. She pours 2 bowls, hands them to you, and goes, "One is for the Lady Katrina, other one is for the accountant Leaf. His accountant is in the room directly across from the study."
Oh, thank you very much. And I do apologize, ma'am. I believe in our hasty meeting last night, I forgot to ask your name.
Helga.
Helga, a pleasure to meet you. I'm Daisy.
She looks at you, just gives you a big smile, and you can see her teeth are kind of like all jagged and sharp and kind of like broken at one point. Like she took a punch to the face. She goes, "Well, aren't you just the sweetest, dear? You're going to fit in here just nicely, I believe." She goes back to stirring her pot.
Thank you, ma'am. Daisy's gonna go back upstairs and go to Gertrude first.
Okay. You hear a little bit of a soft meow. As what the fuck was his name? Guzzle Gut starts stalking behind you, tail up behind, straight up.
Hello again, kitty.
Wow. I get the roll to see what book Gertrude is reading, because she totally reads.
Okay.
All right. So you walk in, and she's holding this book that seems to be, judging by the title, some sort of biography about forgotten kings. All these different rulers that you've never heard of before. She takes the food from you gratefully and goes, "Thank you, Miss Daisy."
Of course. I hope your reading was pleasant.
It is. I will pick it up after I eat. I have no more need for you right now, so you may see to your other duties if you need to.
Yes, thank you, my lady. Enjoy your meal.
All right.
And
It's going to follow you.
and she goes across the hall to Accountant Leaf. Was his name Leaf? Like
Leaf.
Leaf. Okay.
Leif.
Gotcha. Just knocks on the door.
All right. Come in.
Pushes open the door, and
Dusty scrolls and tomes line the wall of this room. More scrolls and books lie scattered on the floor. Around 4 heavy wooden chests fitted with studded iron locks. The only unobstructed floor space is directly in front of the doors on the east and west walls. You coming in through the east. In the center of this clutter stands a great black desk. A figure crouches atop a tall stool, stretching on a seamlessly endless scroll of paper with a dry quill pen. Nearby, a tassel rope hangs from a hole in the ceiling. And this elder man with mutton chops looks over at you and goes, breakfast. So you're the doll that Raha Dean paid for?
yes, hello. My name is Daisy. I take it you are Accountant Leaf?
I am Leaf Lipsiege, yes. You may just call me Leaf if you desire, dear. We are all servants here.
A pleasure to meet you, Leaf. I set his food down for him.
You are a rather polite girl. And he takes the food, and as you're standing here on this side of the table, you can see that there is a thick iron chain latched around his leg, held tight by a heavy padlock. And it is attached to the floor.
I do not mean to pry. You don't have to answer if I'm being rude and asking, but why are you chained to the floor?
He looks down at the chain, looks at you, and goes, I am not a willing servant.
I see. Are you human?
Yes, I am human. If that helps in any sort. Sometimes I believe I might be the only human in the castle. I believe that there's a young maiden.
Lady Gertrude. Yes, I believe her to be human as well. Then the older woman who appears to be the cook?
Older. Oh, one of the hags. Oh, well, witches, rather.
What is a witch?
A woman who has given up part of her soul to cast vile and dark magics. There's a whole coven of 12 of them up in the upper spires. They serve the Master Strahd when he calls upon them.
I see. If I may impose on more of your time, Leaf, besides witches and vampires, and whatever Clovis is, what other manner of non-human creatures reside in this castle?
Oh, within the castle itself. Well, the Master Strahd is a vampire, or vampire, if you want to use the English term for it. Some sort of undead creature that is able to make more of itself upon the living. When it drains you of all your blood within 3 bites, it turns you into one of it, although be it a lesser one. The lesser ones are easy enough to destroy if you shoot them enough. But the Master Strahd, he is unkillable. Clovis is a mongrel folk. There's a whole breed of them over in Krez. Apparently, they experimented with forces of alchemy and turned themselves into these half-bred, half-mad animals. Otherwise, they're human enough. There are, of course, the undead, some sort of unintelligent undead that is shambles about seeking the flesh of the living. I don't quite have a word called them. There are the hags, which is whatever you call them. There are a few presence of illusions. Not every danger in the castle is real. It's just a manifestation of the horrors that have happened within here.
Like blood in a bathtub.
That poor maid. Took her life before the Devil Strahd could. I apologize. The Master Strahd could turn her into a vampire. There are some creatures called ghost. I believe there's one within the main dining hall. Friendly creature, I believe. There is Rahadin. Rahadin is not human. He is what is known as a fae. He is able to withstand great harm. However, iron is like poison to him. I believe there's a whole pack of them living with the Vastani outside of Vallaki. Let's see, what else is there? The Master's Horse is some sort of demonic spawn. Beware of that thing. Otherwise, There's only you and the other construct.
There's another doll living here?
Not like you. It is short, childlike, made of wood and brass. It stalks about. You may meet him.
I see. Thank you. That was a lot of information. Hopefully I can use it to be more effective in my duties.
You should be. He kind of lightly pats your hand. You will be fine, my dear. You have nothing that the dead want.
And is there anything you want? Anything that I could get for you?
He kind of looks down at the iron chain. I don't think there's anything you can get for me.
Is there a key to that?
Somewhere. Only the master would know.
I see. Well, if you have nothing further that you require from me, I have some cleaning to attend to in the study.
Very well. You take care, my dear.
You as well, Leaf. And she's gonna turn and leave.
All right.
And go back to the study.
All right. Gertrude is still there, and she has taken her book back up. She does not acknowledge you when you walk in.
Okay. I'm gonna start polishing the way I was meant to. If I'm polishing the bookshelves and stuff, can I do a spot hidden to see if I can see any like scuffs in the wood that make it look like a certain book has been taken out more than others or something?
Absolutely.
Okay. And I got a 40, so yeah, I got 45.
So in terms of scuffs or hidden books, you're sadly disappointed. There is nothing that would indicate that many of these books have been taken out.
Okay.
However, because you rolled and succeeded, you do notice that there is a spot in what seems like a very private selection of the of Strahd's collection, where it looks like roughly a diary should belong, but that is missing.
Okay. So a missing diary. Is okay. I think then Lady Gertruda.
Hmm?
Do you know if your prince, does he keep a diary?
No, not as far as I know.
No, a shame. There is a lot that a young woman in love with a man could learn from his diary.
Oh, that is very true. I wonder where he would keep such a book if he does write his memoirs down.
Well, you know him very well. Surely you must have a few ideas, places he might keep something special to him.
Let's make Gertruda make a check. Oh, wow. Way to go, Gertruda.
Girl power.
That's a 27. She goes, well, I don't think I know, but perhaps maybe one of the other servants do. The accountant is supposed to keep track of all sorts of different things.
Yes, he might know. Well, I think I've finished my polishing in here for the day. If there's nothing else you needed from me, Lady Gertruda?
No, I am good.
Okay, I give a little curtsy and go back over to Leaf's office.
Right, to leave. All right. He looks up and goes, huh, you're back so soon.
Yes, I was wondering, do you know if Master Strahd does I don't know exactly how to ask this, but if he were to hide something, do you know where he would do so?
He gives you a long look, looks down at the chain that shackles him. Close the door behind you, miss.
Okay, I do.
All right. Come close.
Take a couple tentative steps forward.
All right. And he kind of whispers to you, there is a place within the mountains to the south. If you were to go through the city of Vallaki, continue past and take the South Fork, follow that all the way down, you would reach the mountain Barovia. Somewhere in that mountain range is supposed to be a temple to some sort of dark power. The Master Strahd would hide. According to the books, he hid something very dear and personal to him there.
I see. Do you know, does the palace have any kind of courier?
The master has spies, bats, the Vistani.
So, oh, what about, are there carrier pigeons here?
No, there are no carrier pigeons.
Hmm.
I'm afraid if you're trying to get this information out of the castle, I cannot help you with that.
I understand. Thank you for answering all of these questions.
It is a pleasure, my dear. It's been so long since I've had a kind soul to talk to.
Well, I finished the task I was given for the day. Would you like help dusting in here?
I would very much appreciate that.
Okay, so I set about dusting off his things.
All right. So it is incredibly dusty in here. So this is going to take up like almost the rest of your day.
Okay.
But you are interrupted after a bit by a visit from Strahd himself. As he comes walking in through the door, Leaf immediately stands up and goes, your master.
Daisy does a very deep curtsy. Master Strahd.
Back to your service, Leaf. Miss Daisy, may I ask you to accompany me?
Of course.
He starts to lead you down the halls. He seems to just be going for a walk, this prideful saunter through the halls of this dank and dark castle. How are you enjoying your stay here within the castle Ravenloft?
It has been very pleasant. I believe I am getting along well with the other servants here, as well as the Lady Gertruda, though it will take some getting used to the visions, I believe.
Yes. The force of my will is strong within the castle. He rubs a almost kind and loving hand against the sides of the wall. Is there anything that I can do to make your stay more comfortable?
No, that's very kind of you to offer.
I look after my own, and you are mine.
Though, well, my luggage, I had to leave it behind in a village when I first arrived. If there are extra maid outfits that I could wear so that I don't look such a mess.
Of course, of course. I will see to it that your luggage is acquired and that you are given proper clothing in the meantime.
Thank you, Master Strahd.
Yes. He looks down at your ankle. He goes, "Are you broken?"
She tenses up at that. In fact, she probably comes to a full stop since they were walking. I'm sorry, Master Strahd. It happened in the Vistani camp.
Ah. Very well, I shall send for the toy maker in Vallaki. He might be able to fix up your problem. I cannot have a very important servant like you walking with a limp. It will only grow worse with the castle.
Thank you, Master Strahd. That's incredibly gracious of you, sir.
He rubs a hand gently across your cheek. It is the best that I can do for you. Now, I'm afraid that I must ask you for something.
Of course.
I have heard tale that you arrived with 2 others. Can you tell me about them?
Arrived. Oh, you mean when I first arrived in Barovia?
That is correct.
One was some form of noble, though I don't believe he ever mentioned from where. The other never gave much indication of what his business was either, or his occupation. I believe the noble was a guest of the castle for a while, but then I believe it was just a miscommunication. I think his business lay elsewhere.
Oh, well, if he's a guest at the castle, I must see him here. Where did they go?
You'll have to forgive me. I'm afraid I'm still learning the names of the towns. They were on their way to a town for the business of the nobleman, I believe.
Must be Vallaki, the large one in the center of the valley. Beautiful, beautiful town. Very safe town. I will send to my messengers within the town itself to gather up this Lord Barrington. Can you give me a physical description of them? He didn't ask you for their names, by the way.
Yeah, I know. And I didn't give it, so I noticed that. Physical description. They were both lighter-skinned men with dark hair. One the nobleman obviously very finely dressed. The other man was perhaps less so.
And did you by any chance see what the non-nobleman had within the sack he carried with him wherever he went?
No, he did tend to keep it close to him, but I never saw him open it.
Interesting. Very well, Miss Daisy. Like I've promised you, I will attain the toy maker to fix up your damaged pieces. And I will call upon his services if you ever need it again.
Thank you, Master Strahd.
You have been very helpful. He takes your hand, kisses the back of it, and then he strides away.
Okay. She's gonna go. Did she finish her dusting? She didn't, did she?
No.
She's gonna just go back to dusting. That seems like a safe, mundane type of activity. Let's go dust.
All right. Alexi, Gerald, and Matthew, you have awoken, and you're eating a very nice hearty breakfast within the Blue Water Inn. Outside through the windows, you can just hear it. It's just this cacophonous of caws and flapping of wings. There's just this. It's just an absolute murder of ravens outside. Just all of them. Just all of them.
I'm gonna roll an occult check just to see. Please, come on, give me a good roll. Never mind.
You still have the information from last time that ravens are a sign of good luck and good fortune.
Yeah, I was wondering if there was any nuance in terms of like, okay, there's a bunch of them and they're very perturbed or whatever.
Nothing that you can remember, but you do feel safe here. Nothing that you have that says that, oh, if you like see three of them, it's like, oh, that's a bad sign. No, or
okay.
like there are like any sort of warning like that. No.
Okay.
Even more good fortune. Good omens, right?
Yeah, that just means it's 100 good omens.
Yep, the more the merrier.
Yeah, this is fine.
This is fine. Barrington, you see Rictavio arrive. He grabs some almost looks like a steak for his breakfast, but then he wraps it up in a napkin and he leaves.
What kind of man does that to a steak?
A strange one, as is this whole place with very strange customs and such. But speaking of strange customs, I need to buy some flowers real quick. So if you would pardon me, gentlemen.
And just to confirm, are we staying around to help Barrington a couple days first before going to the Abbey, or are we just heading straight to the Abbey first?
My plan is just heading straight to the Abbey that day. Because I need to know what's going on over there for no reason, of course. No reason. No urgency or something.
Well, clearly some urgency.
No. As Mr. Barrington said, this is fine. It's all fine. But
really, seriously, nothing bad's going to happen at all.
Not one bit. So, but yes, I am going to go. Excuse myself, as I always carry my large duffel bag with me, and going to go get some flowers.
All right, so you head off to find some flowers.
Good luck finding them.
Yeah.
Barrington, after Moore leaves a couple of minutes later, that man who walked out the twins yesterday, he arrives inside the tap room. And he walks up to you and goes, my lord, I have a message for you. And he hands you a letter that is sealed with a wax.
He looks at it. He looks at the man curiously before taking the letter.
All right. The symbol that's pressed into the wax looks like an eye.
Interesting. Don't recognize that symbol. You will pop it open and pull out the letter.
All right. My dear lord, it would do me well to have you over as a guest for afternoon tea. Please send a message back with my messenger on whether or not you accept. Lady Watcher.
Interesting. What do you know about this Lady Watcher? He looks up at the messenger.
She is the other noble family within the town, sir.
There's more than one.
Yes, there is the Baron, and then there is the Watchers.
Interesting.
If I were you, sir, I would not make an enemy of the Watcher family.
Well, I haven't come this far to make enemies, and I assume you have a carriage of some kind ready? Or
no, sir, you will have to walk.
Of course. Well, after you.
He kind of looks at you confused and goes, sir, as far as I know, the invitation is for this afternoon. It is barely morning.
Well, how far away is this place?
It is down the road.
Ah, okay. Well, that's good to know then. I'll be able to go there later on, but I will make sure to meet her for afternoon tea, as requested.
Right. He gives you a bow, and he leaves. So that leaves Barrington and Alexei alone in the tap room, and Moore heading off on his own. Alexei and Barrington, do you two have any dire things you would like to try to attend?
I mean, I've settled my biggest conditions, so I'm just kind of I'm just kind of a free man right now. So,
all right. Irene is actually going to quickly gather up her stuff, and she goes, I want to go with Moore real quick. I just don't feel like it's safe to be alone by ourselves.
Alone in Barovia? What could possibly go wrong?
Eastmark kind of gives an nod and goes, you should be safe within the castle, within the city town, but do not leave the walls. And off they go. And as they leave, another man comes in. He orders a quick drink from the bar. The barkeep and him have a quick discussion about his tab being overdue. He says that he will be back soon by tonight with plenty of fish to pay off the tab. And then he stumbles out.
I will look curiously at the bartender like, fish?
Aye. He catches fish for the dinners.
Huh.
How he pays for his tab.
Well, I guess it's a good system, I guess, then.
Yeah, it works. He pays he catches the food. We feed the food to the customers. The customers pay us with money. We pay him and drink.
Pretty simple system.
All right. More. Irina quickly catches up with you to help you with your search for flowers.
Miss Irene, pleasure to see you once again this fine, whatever day morning.
I believe it is what you would call a Monday.
A Monday, this fine Monday morning then. Do you happen to know where you can buy some splendid flowers in Vallaki?
She kind of grimaces a little and goes, I'm afraid I do not know. I've never been to the town before.
Well, let us see what we can find. Would you like me to roll something?
Yeah, see, I'm not quite sure what skill would be appropriate for this. I'll let you determine the skill that you believe is appropriate for this.
Ooh, they're
Fight
all.
brawling. Where are the flowers?
Where are the flowers? Where's Rachel?
Operate heavy machinery.
Amish just said in the private chat, it's always Monday in Barovia.
Well, bugger. I don't really have any good navigate with 10%. Oh boy.
Irene will roll.
Thank you. Thank you, Irene. You'll be navigating wherever I'm going.
She doesn't have much better.
Oh boy.
Although that's a fail. She rolled a 68.
I got a 17. Oh.
So you two get hopelessly lost in the city.
Oh, eventually.
Not hopelessly lost. It's two big roads that go through, so it's not hard to find. But you are unsuccessful in finding your thing of flowers.
Irene, Miss Irene, what is something woman like aside from flowers, since we cannot find any?
She kind of smiles at you and goes, "Well, it's usually I would think that the thought that counts. Something she could cherish. Flowers, they wither and die too quickly for my taste. Maybe like a gift."
A gift? Well, I do have a paperweight.
Something with a little bit more tact than that.
It's a pretty good paperweight. I like shuffle my duffel bag.
She kind of giggles at that. More, I want you to do a quick. Is there a psychology check on her?
Okay. Psychology, 10%. Oh boy. On the off chance. No, 68. No. I think it's all fine.
It's a pretty good paperweight.
It really is.
This game is fantastic.
I love it.
So as you two kind of wondrously meander through the city, you eventually start to hear the sound of what sounds like some sort of music box playing, like a very upbeat carnival-like tune. Coming around this corner, you see a small group of children gathered around this man dressed in drab purple and gray jester clothing. He's got the hat with the bells and the tunic and everything. And he's playing one of these boxes where a monkey in a tutu is dancing around in front of the children.
How odd, but I have seen similar things in my travels. Whitechapel also holds some of these.
I've never seen this before, Irene says.
You have not. They are what I believe to be called entertainers of sorts.
Let's go watch more. And she grabs you by the hand and pulls you forward.
All right, we shall go watch more then, Miss Irene.
All right. And so the children, even with your low psychology, you would notice that children like this, should be cheering for this monkey. No, these children are just kind of like watching it with a little bit of cynicalism and just kind of like drawing. It's like, yeah, okay, that's neat. Eventually, the music comes to a stop. The children kind of like slowly meandering disperse. Wait, while Irene kind of just does. I thought it was nice.
Yeah.
The jester looks up at the two of you and goes, welcome.
Hello, Mr.
Binsky.
That was a wonderful performance you did just there.
Thank you very much. And whom might you be?
I am Matthew Moore, at your service.
And
I'll tip my hat.
It is good to meet you, Matthew. It is so good to meet you. And he looks at Irene, and you kind of see his face kind of like starts to go pale white. My dear, what is your name? Irene Coyander. It is good to meet you. What brings you to Vallaki?
Oh, just passing through.
You're just passing through. Oh, well, if you are in need of anything, my toy shop is right here. I make toys for the children.
Do you happen to have any music boxes like the one you were playing for your monkey assistant there?
Oh, wow, I believe I do. Oh, come inside, come inside. I might have just what you're looking for. After all, if it's no fun, it's no Pinsky.
Okay, Mr. Binksy. I slowly walk in, just in case.
And they will never walk out. No.
Oh, no. I trust no one.
That is a good code. Where the fuck is your shop?
Especially since he's like the only one that was smiling. The first person that's like, ooh, I'm somewhat happy. That's not right. Not in this place.
So he leads you into this cramped workshop where there are all sorts of different toys of every type. He walks up to one of these toys, and it is a wind-up merry-go-round with figures of snarling wolves chasing children in place of prancing horses. He winds it up and it starts playing this overtly silly tune to it as the wolves kind of like bob up and down with the children around in a circle.
I look at Miss Irene, and does she enjoy this tune?
No, she's kind of like, it's lovely.
So it's a no. Okay. Do you have anything else, Mr. Binky? Any other music boxes that are less how do I say spooky?
I don't know what the word spooky means, but I have a variety of different things. And he starts leading you through a list of them. He shows you a headless doll that comes with a sack of attachable heads, including one with the eyes and mouth stitched shut.
What do you think of this, Miss Irene?
Irene kind of looks at you and like,
No, okay. Next one, Mr.
A miniature gallows complete with trap door and a weighted hanged man.
Mr. Barrington might enjoy this, but what about you, Miss Irene?
Irene kind of just is a bit morbid.
Morbid. I agree. We'll put it in our. We won't. We'll just think about it. Put it in the back of our minds. Maybe buy it for a gift for Mr. Barrington.
All right.
Just in case. What's the next item though?
A set of wooden nesting dolls. The smaller each one gets, the older it gets, until the innermost doll is a mummified corpse. Irene's a little warmer on that one.
How much for the dolls?
They are the 9 copper coins.
9 copper coins. What if we just want to buy the cute doll and not the mummified corpse one?
If you're looking for a doll, he pulls out a ventriloquist dummy that looks like a lord of some sort. Irene kind of like subconsciously seems to rub her neck.
I'm going to say no on that, Mr. Binky. Put the doll away.
Yes, well, if you are just wanting a piece of the doll, I don't understand. They are nesting dolls.
Well, what's else on your list if you have any?
Irene's kind of like looking around on the shelves. He starts going through like a series of other toys he's got. He's got a stuffed werewolf that if you open up the stomach, he's able to pull out smaller little dolls or girls. He's got a rocking skeleton horse. You're starting to notice a theme with all of his toys.
Yes, they're all a little morbid.
Irene gives a bit of a gasp, and when you look over at her, she is holding a doll that looks remarkably like her.
Mr. Binky, what doll is this?
That is not for sale. Specially made, specially asked for. Not for sale, not for sale. And he comes over and snatches it. Irene kind of goes, that is, once again, another thing that looks like me.
I agree. Mr. Binky, who commissioned such a thing?
As the captain asked to keep private and not to disclose. The customer is the word. I don't know the word. Customer must always keep anonymous. Yes.
Well,
not for sale. You want a music box? I sell you the music box.
I pull out one of the gold coins Mr. Barrington gave me. Everything has a price.
That is going to be a fast talk with that, and you get a bonus die. So you roll your tens die, and you take the better result.
Oh, my tens die. What is that?
That would be the one that represents whether
100.
it's a 10, a 20, 30.
Okay, so get another extra percentile die.
Yeah, or you could just re-roll the first percentile.
Okay. See how this goes. Okay, re-roll that. See which one's better. Come on. Hey, finally. 3. Unless do I add anything else to that?
Ooh.
Thank God, because my fast stock is a 5.
So he takes the coin. He goes,
my God.
it belongs to the Burgomaster's bodyguard, Ezek.
Ezek. Do you know why Ezek would commission such a... Hold on, maybe I should make sure he's not lying to me. What would that be?
Psychology.
Ooh, okay. Let me just... No, I'm just going to think he's telling the truth on that. Why would Ezek commission such a doll?
I don't know, but he's commissioned them for years.
Years? Is it the same doll?
Same doll.
How much?
Sometimes different dress.
How much to buy this one?
Not for sale. Not for sale. Ezek does not pay with money. He pays with preventing of accident.
I see. When does he plan on purchasing such this doll?
He should be here by the end of the day for this.
Well, thank you for telling me this, Mr. Binky. I will keep that in mind.
Here, do not speak of this elsewhere. And he shoves into your hand a marionette of a bat. You just take it and go. Mistake to bring you in here.
As you wish, Mr. Binky, and I'll give the marionette bat to Miss Irene.
He sets the doll back up on the shelf. He goes,
I will remember where he placed that doll, just in case. But as soon as he does, I'm like, Miss Irene, I think we should go back to the tavern as soon as possible.
yes, I agree.
Throughout this entire thing, I was just thinking the Virgin Hot Topic versus the Chad Binsky.
Chad Binsky.
Oh, Mr. Binsky.
Like, this place has products that Hot Topic wishes it would.
Yeah, I would totally buy a toy from Binsky.
Oh yeah, if it wasn't for a girl, totally would buy it.
Oh yeah.
I also don't know what Esmeralda thinks, so we'll find that out later too. Maybe she's into this. I don't know.
Dude, if someone bought me a Skellington rocking horse, I would be so into it though.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
Here's a wolf with many girls inside it as a doll. It's like,
Right. So as you all walk down the street, Irene kind of like starts to play a little bit with the marionette, kind of making him flap. And she kind of like has a quick pace to her step though. She gathers up the strings carefully and just kind of holds it.
Yep, I am as close to her as I can be, just because I don't want anyone to do anything to her all until we get back to the tavern, until we get to see her father.
Yep. You walk through the town square, and you can see a number of people plastering up these flyers along the walls, over top of other old flyers. They all read. The old ones read, "Come one, come all. The greatest celebration of the year. The Wolfhead Jamboree. Attendance and children required. Pikes will be provided. All will be well. The Baron."
I don't think we want to stay here another night, Miss Irene.
I'm beginning to think that this town has a great deal of wrong with it. I will talk to Ismail. What? God damn, why can't remember his goddamn name? Ismark. I will talk to Ismark, and we're going to bring up the dolls with the Baron, and I think it might be best if we come with you.
I agree, but if Mr. Barrington says, I do want him to follow this Isaac.
Right. And I'm going to need you to make a sanity roll as Ismark. You turn a corner and you see Ismark directing another group of men.
A sanity roll, okay.
Ismark, he looks normal, except for his right arm, which is massively overgrown, swollen red, and slightly scaled.
And
very demonic in its look.
I need to get below my sanity.
Yes.
Oh my god. What is that? 57. Whew, that was close.
Yeah. So it's like, see that man go around, you decide maybe it'd be best if we walk a different direction.
He's marked. I don't like this. Quickly just taking my pistol and putting it in my pocket.
Yeah,
quickly, that way it's always in my hand. Yeah, it's in my hand just in case I need to shoot it.
Luckily, he does not look in your direction as he starts to storm off towards Binsky's shop.
Oh, snap.
Yeah.
All right. Miss Irene, we need to hurry. I'll put my other arm around her just to keep her close.
Yeah, she kind of pulls herself closer to you as well. And just off you to go.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
To the tavern, fast walking as fast as possible without being conspicuous.
All right, and you guys get there. It'll probably be about afternoon by the time you get back. So, Barrington, you're just about to depart for tea with this lady watch.
Mr. Barrington, Mr. Bordakov, we need a word real quick.
Sure, what's going on?
Well, we have some pressing concerns in this town. One for it being possibly batshit insane, but we will get to that in a moment. First, we need to get Miss Irene, out of here as quickly as possible. Preferably tonight.
Why? What happened?
Who said that?
Her brother.
Her brother.
Yeah. Ismark.
Oh, Ismark. Wait. I thought I saw you.
No, Ezek. There's like two E's.
Oh.
Ismark and Ezek.
Ezek was the one that went to the...
Yeah.
Okay. There goes the plan for following him to the thing. Anyways, doesn't matter. Back to what I was trying to go to. So, we should get out of this town as quickly as possible. There is a doll in Mr. Binsky's shop that he makes especially for Ezek in the likes of Ismark. Or, no, in the likes...
It's kind of a little confusing with all the E's names, I know.
It looks exactly like Miss Irene.
Sparkling
like, and this has apparently been going on for some time.
Irene nods. It's exact likeness of me, just like Daisy was, except it's a little toy doll.
That's disturbing.
Kind of nod in agreement. Mm-hmm.
I don't like the sound of this Ezek guy, anyways. Besides, there's also flyers going on as well, talking about children being required and pitchforks.
The festival.
Yes. I think this festival is not a very good idea to be around, especially tonight, especially when we know a doll is being constructed in the likes of Miss Irene here. For what purpose? I'm sure I do not know, and I do not want to find out. I plan on leaving, hopefully today before the festival begins.
Yes,
However,
the festival is not supposed to happen until tomorrow.
Then we must leave before then. However, I also know, Mr. Barrington, you cannot leave on such short notice because of your business here. Although I don't know about your afternoon tea thing, so I know other business though you told me. So I would like to ask you, Mr. Barrington, until our return, our possible return, keep an eye on things here. Make sure you keep an eye on Isaac, and I'll hand him the gold coin he gave me as like a bribe, even though he paid me with that same coin. Like,
I assure you, I will not be skipping out of town or anything like that for any time soon. I assure you, I will let you know when I do plan on leaving.
yes. And also just keep an eye on this Isaac character. I don't trust him. I need to know where he's going, what he's doing, especially if he decides to try and follow us when we leave on today. Mr. Borokov, I also want to ask, what are your plans?
I agreed to accompany you to the Abbey, and how long did he say it would take for us to get there?
If you guys were to leave this afternoon, you would be arriving there right at nightfall.
Well, we don't have any time to waste then, so we should probably go now and possibly find sanctuary there for the night.
I concur.
All right.
Unless, Mr. Barrington, you would like to accompany us later or stay in town to keep an eye on things.
I have a meeting with the person in charge of this town in the afternoon, so I will stay here until then, so you may not see me until later on in the evening. But we can meet again here in the tavern.
Excellent. Thank you, Mr. Barrington.
Of course.
I very much appreciate this.
All right.
Make sure you have your rapier, right? That Ismark gave you?
Of course.
Excellent. Always good to have some form of protection on you at all times. Weapon protection.
All right. Ismark is going to look at the two of you and goes, "Can you get the horses? I do not want Irene leaving the tavern until we're out of the city, until we're leaving the city."
All right.
I can go get the horses if you would like to stay with Miss Irene. Mr. Ismark.
Ismark, yep.
And then
Yes.
yes.
So Lexi, do you go with more?
Yeah, I help him with the horses.
All right. And Barrington, do you go off to enjoy your afternoon tea?
I do.
All right.
Oh, yeah.
We'll be back to you in just a moment, okay?
All right.
All right. More and Matthew and Alexi, when you go around the side to get the horses, you notice that there is a bright, colorful wagon sitting off to the side. Plastered on one side of it is Rictavio's Carnival of Wonders. A heavy padlock secures the back door. Rictavio is sitting on like the steps that would lead up into the back, kind of just watching you two as you gather up your horses.
Do you see that man behind us, Mr. Borokov?
Oh, yes, from last night. I actually call it. So I was like, "Good day, sir."
Don't call out to him.
Just a wave back.
It's like, oh no.
You two look like boys who are trying not to get into trouble. What did you do?
Oh,
Nothing.
we haven't gotten into any trouble. We wanted to go to the Abbey before nightfall and whatnot. He has some personal business there.
Pilgrimage.
Whereas I figured we'd be saving daylight.
Yes. Yes. Silently cursing, like, oh, why'd you tell him about the Abbey? I don't want people to know where we're going.
Gives you a nice long glare. God rubs his chin. Goes, I see. Well, safe travels to you, my friends.
May I ask, who exactly are you? We have not had a proper introduction.
Oh, my name is Rictavio. I'm a carnival owner.
Of disillusioned?
Not disillusion, of wonders.
Oh.
I get the reference.
Well, do you do anything else aside from the carnival?
I tell stories and ends and travels. Suddenly, the wagon gives a sudden lurch. You can hear the creaking of metal, like wood being scraped apart. A low growl coming from inside.
You have an animal in there?
It's a tiger.
A tiger?
Huh? Does it do tricks?
Well, it sure has. It has a good trick. It does.
What's a tiger?
It's big, ferocious jungle cat.
Oh boy, they got even more monsters here.
Orange fire with black stripes.
Is it nice?
It's a tiger.
I don't know what a tiger is.
Moore doesn't know what a tiger is.
I haven't done much reading here.
He's not an educated man.
Not the most educated. I've been to places, but I haven't heard or seen a tiger.
What is your education anyway?
Farthest I've ever been is Egypt. For my education's a 75 because that's what I roll. So
that's really high then.
That's high, but at the same time, it's like it's more. I think it's more like street smarts and whatnot, just because he hasn't really grown up in the best of places. He's been on the road a lot.
Coming on to the show today, then, sir?
No show today or anytime near future, I don't think.
Oh, because of the festival?
I think I will be gone before the festival happens.
Where to?
Now, there's no need for me to potentially tell two young men where a lone wanderer with a bad leg is going to be.
Well, we told you where we're going. It'd be nice.
Yes, and you're stupid for doing so.
I agree. But I forgive Mr. Borokov for his
it's like, well, then we'll leave you to your business, and I just take one of the horses by the reins and move along.
Start grabbing one. May I ask, where do you fit in all of this? We've heard so much about vampires and other assorted beasts, tigers now. What is it that where do you fit in all this?
That is a question you are not ready to know the answer for.
I have a few gold coins. Would that help you join?
I am not so greedy.
This is quite a shame.
I believe you have somewhere you're supposed to be off to in a hurry.
I agree. I bid thee farewell then, Mr.
Rictavio.
I hope if we ever cross paths again, it will be on good terms and not bad.
And not beating up Barrington's Barrington, like you apparently did earlier.
He beat up Barrington? That's
That's
him?
what he said.
Oh,
Or that's what Isaac said. Or no, Isaac.
He's
Yeah. Ismark said.
oh wow.
He got his ass kicked.
All right. So you gather the horses. Eastmark and Irene mount up on horses. And you two, and the four of you ride out of the city.
Yeah. I'll walk. I'll grab the reins and just slowly jog or walk. I don't trust them horses.
You meet no encounter at the gate because they're not told to keep anybody in.
Hooray.
And you are now off on your way to the town of Krez. Except
Hooray.
for Barrington.
The party splits again.
Oh, I'm loving this. Oh, you have no idea how happy I am.
Splitting the party so many ways, and now we're all gonna die.
It's very likely, actually.
Oh no. You know, it sounded like a good idea though, like in character, have someone on the inside of this city just in case.
You got someone on the inside of the city, someone on the inside of Strahd's castle.
Well, we don't know about Strahd's castle. We don't know that Daisy's being manipulated into giving up information on us.
On you two.
That's also true.
Also, I didn't give him anything he didn't already know.
That's also true. And you don't
It's
know
more
where
that
we're
she
going.
was confirming the information.
Yep. You don't know where we're going, but everyone else kind of does now. Borokov, you might live through this, but I don't know about us. All the rest of us.
Well, why am I so special?
Okay.
I don't know.
It's Barrington's turn to play. Barrington.
Yes.
The house you're standing before seems disgusted with itself. A slouching roof hangs heavy over furrowed gables, and moss-covered walls sag and bulge under the weight of the vegetation. As you study the house's sullen countenance, you hear the effigy actually groan. Only do you realize the extent of which the house hates what it has become. This is not the type of manner you were expecting.
No, it's not.
So you're in control. You dictate where we go.
If the house doesn't immediately collapse, I will knock on the door.
All right. So a small window cut into the door at about eye height opens. You just hear somebody go, "What's your business?"
I believe I've been summoned. I'm Lord Gerard Barrington.
Do you have a note?
I will show them the letter.
Right. So he takes the note as you feed it in through the eye hole. Reads it over. You hear a as the door opens, and you are led inside. The front door opens into a narrow vestibule. 3 stained glass doors and wooden frames lead from it. He leads you through one of these into a parlor. Here, 3 elegant couches surround an oval table made of black glass. All are set in front of a blazing hearth, above which hangs the portrait of a smirking nobleman, sprouting a broken nose and tangle of hair, graying at the temples. Several smaller portraits hang on the northern wall. He motions for you to sit, and he will be back with the lady.
All right, he'll take a seat.
All right. Before too long, a elder woman with a very gaunt and stern face, hair pulled up into two tight spiral buns. Walks in. Trailing behind her is a black and white cat. And she goes, "Ah, you must be Lord Barrington."
He'll immediately stand and do the proper, greeting of a noble, bowing and all that. Ah, yes, I draw Barrington at your service.
She curtsies to you and goes, "I hope you're enjoying your stay within our fine town."
That I am, ma'am.
She claps her hands, and a servant walks in with a tray with a teapot, 2 cups, and a tray of biscuits. She takes a seat directly across from you at the table and goes, "I come to ask you for your business. What exactly are you doing for the Baron?"
Oh, he wishes for me to help with the morale of the town.
With another one of his absolutely foolish festivals.
Oh, and, he did suggest about festivals, but I wanted to direct him in another way.
Well, you are not a fool like him, then. She takes a sip of her tea. So, what are your plans for the future, then?
Well, the proper way to help them is with the town itself. I mean, these buildings are hanging on by a thread.
All right, thank you, Amber.
I didn't mean you, dear.
All right. Well, as you can see, our town could use a bit of work. And with the Baron's unfortunate madness, his whole family's mad. Ugh. He's crazy, throwing all these festivals. His dreadful bodyguard with that hideous arm. His wife is an overt optimistic. His son is a horrific, dreadful thing. Just absolutely awful. Well, they can't possibly pull the town together.
And what are you suggesting?
My suggesting is that a change in leadership.
I see. And who would you put in charge?
Somebody handsome. Somebody that the town knows is not involved in any other local politics. Somebody that, with the right amount of charm and skill, could potentially pull this ragged town together.
I see. That is an interesting offer. But how would one become the new burgomaster of the Lord of this town?
Yeah, well, the first thing the person needs is influence. Need to be close enough to the burgomaster to be recognized by the people, yet far enough away where the people don't associate him directly. Say, somebody who comes to help with the planning of a festival.
I see.
Second, we're going to have to dispose of his wicked and disgusting bodyguard, Ezek.
Yes, that was quite the creature when I met him.
Yes, he is dreadful in every way. Ugh. Third thing would probably be to gain favor with a noble house with direct connections to the Lord Strahd himself.
I've yet to speak with the Lord himself. I do plan on meeting him eventually. Eventually he'll figure out that I'm around and he'll want to meet.
Yes. Well, the good news for you is that I could potentially arrange that meeting.
Really, you have word with the one named Strahd?
I have a connection to him. We are distant relatives, you could say.
Interesting. Yes, that would be most appreciated. Because if I can earn sway,
Indeed.
if I can earn good sway with him, then perhaps it would not be as admissible if the burgomaster were to no longer be in charge.
Yes. I knew you would see reason. I like you, Barrington. I really do.
Well, I do hope to properly owe this liking of when I can better help the town.
Yes, of course. Of course. Now, this is a hefty deal that we are putting together, and it would be unfair if there wasn't something in it for you. What would you like out of it, Lord Barrington?
You see him, he's just kind of just sitting there, kind of like pondering to himself. Well, I mean, if I am to do this, help the town become this new burgomaster and all this, he'll stop himself and reach into his jacket and pull out one of the gold pieces that the burgomaster gave him. Is this your currency here?
Aye, that it is. The head is emblazoned with the vestige of Strahd himself, while the other side is his family crest.
He's more or less thinking of the value of the gold in other cities and towns. Like that, he could be set for life if enough of it. Tell you what, if you were to pay me a large sum of these, I'd be willing to do that.
She gives a smile and says, I can provide that for you easily. I run a little group called the Book Club. We are meeting for a reading tonight if you would like to visit.
The Book Club. And you meet at night. Huh. Interesting. All right, you've piqued my interest. Do you meet back here?
We will meet back here tonight. I look forward to it, Lord Barrington.
You know what? As do I. He'll kind of stand at that, adjusting his jacket, giving another bow.
All right. The cat looks at you, rubs up against your ankles.
And good day to you, too.
Stalks off.
Till later, then.
Later.
And he will leave.
All right. Anything you wish to do else in Vallaki?
Just start heading back to the tavern as agreed.
All right, you head back to the tavern. Nothing really is going to happen with you. Let's see if anything happens with the travelers, because if not, we'll go back to Daisy. Oh, wow, that's a whole lot of nothing. Daisy.
Me.
Yes, you. So you have finished dusting, and it is now fairly late for you. At some point, you were ordered to stop to bring dinner to both Gertruda and Leaf. Otherwise, this is one of your moments of free time. How would you like to spend it?
Okay, I think she's actually gonna go up to that tower.
You wish to go see the
Yeah, she's gonna try to find the tower anyway.
tower with the witches?
Yep.
All right. So, Castle Ravenloft has two spires, which eventually you find yourself walking up the long spiral staircase that leads up the left one. As you get up to the top of it, I got my papers here, so I should probably read those. It's what a smart person would do. Here we go. You eventually find yourself in a low ceiling of a 20-foot square room. Torn and broken couches lie in heaps, haphazardly strewn about. Deep claw marks covered the hardwood furniture, and the once lush upholstery has been sliced to shreds. From the dark shadows amidst the rubble, you see 3 pairs of green eyes stare back at you. More cats.
Oh, hello. I suppose I will have to find milk for all of you at some point as well.
She's gonna look around. Did you say there isn't anyone else up here right now?
No, but there is another door that leads into another room.
Okay. She's gonna walk up to the door and knock on it.
All right. When you knock on the door, it slightly starts to swing open, so you can just walk right on in.
Okay. And
right.
walk in.
Heavy beams support the ceiling of this large room, the outer wall of which curves to follow the shapes of the tower. Dim light flutters into the room through the steel lattice squares of 2 leaded glass windows. Occasional flashes of lightning. Several tables stand throughout the room, weighted down by stacks of glass, jars, and bottles, all of them bearing labels. Walking around the tables is a very finely dressed man. He has not taken notice of you.
Oh, pardon my intrusion, sir. I was looking for Helga and her sisters.
Oh, a servant. Turns to look at you with dark red eyes, and when he snarls at you, you see fangs. Sandy roll.
Mm-hmm. Hey, 13.
Okay, so you do not take any damage. Put down Vampire 1. All right. So he kind of looks at you. You're looking for the hags that are at the cauldron. Motions out of the room off to the side. How dare you speak to your betters like that?
My apologies, sir.
She curtsies and turns to the other room.
All right, you need to roll a quick charm.
Okay. Oh, I'm gonna push it. 20. We're good.
20. All right, that's a success. As he walks up to you, kind of like grabs you by like the chin, and you can just almost feel like he's pushing right at that point where your porcelain would crack. But your charm and submissiveness backs him off just a bit. Ah, the portrait girl. Strahd would be very angry if I hurt you. Very well, continue on your way. And he walks off.
Okay. She takes a moment to kind of compose herself and then goes and knocks on the door that he motioned to.
Come in, come in.
Okay, she opens the door and enters.
All right. A green glowing wisp of steam bubble up from a fat black cauldron in the center of this dark, oppressive room. Surrounding the cauldron are several gaunt women in soiled black robes. These witches sit hunched on tall wooden stools, their triangled hats tucked under their their tangled hair tucked under black pointed hats. They take turns tossing ingredients into the cauldron, uttering fail incantations and cackling manically.
Hello, my name is Daisy. Helga said I should come speak with you.
Ah, you're right. She would come, Sister Helga. I told you she would come soon. Come in, Daisy. Come in, come in. Take a seat. Don't be shy. No need for formalities among us.
Daisy sits on the edge of the seat.
Ah, my child, my dear sweet child. How can we help you, is our question for thee.
I was told you know magic.
That we do indeed.
Is magic really like it is in storybooks? Can you do anything?
Would you like to see a demonstration?
Oh, I suppose if it's not too much trouble.
You looked stressed, dear. Well, not looked, but your moves and the way you talk. Has the castle been hard on you?
Oh, no, everyone's been lovely, truly.
Do not lie to us, child.
The visions, I suppose, they take some getting used to.
Then we shall provide you with a pleasurable vision. And they start gathering up all these leaves and bits of looks like eyeballs. They toss them into the cauldron. The cauldron turns a bright rosy pink. As it starts to play, a very fond memory of a young woman walking around with a young man in some sort of scenic park. The two of them are spending what looks like a lovely afternoon together. Ducks swimming in the pond. Just butterflies fluttering about. It's almost serene as the woman pulls the parasol down over the two of them, but you can tell that they have embraced for a kiss before the vision comes to an end.
That was lovely.
Lovely indeed, child. You regain 2 sanity.
Hey.
Not as close.
May I ask, I've gotten to know some of the other residents of this castle. Lady Gertruda, she's here for own free will, and the accountant, Leaf, who is not. What of you?
We serve a special purpose. See, An ally Estrad that he does not wish to have near. Our teacher wishes
May
to
I
keep an eye on him.
may I ask who that is?
Baba Lysaga.
I see. Does she reside within the castle as well?
Not within the castle. She has a hut in the swamp south of Vallaki.
So you are here per her request.
We are here per her request to provide mystical needs to the Master Strahd. In return, she teaches us witchcraft. They all seem to be studying you with a great deal of interest.
I see. Well, I simply... An invitation was extended, as I said, by Miss Helga, and I didn't wish to be rude.
Oh, of course not. You have done us no harm, no foul, no ill words.
Do you know, well, Lady Helga spoke of being turned soon, and I also heard that that was the intention towards Lady Irene. Is this something that Master Strahd does often?
4 times.
And what happened to the other 4?
3 became his brides. 1 was an experimental time. When one is dead, he begins to grow curious of certain things. We believe Escher was in the other room, always digging through things he should not. Otherwise, none that Strahd has turned before were of very much importance.
I see. Do you know, well, I had a more pleasant experience with Master Strahd recently, but when I first meet him, it seemed as though he was displeased with me, and I was searching for a way to perhaps learn more about him so that I might fulfill my duty better.
Mm-hmm. Roll a fast talk.
Not charm.
Well, a charm can work as well if you wish to put in longer effort.
And push it. Why do I keep rolling so high? Hey, okay, 70 exactly, which is my charm.
70 exactly, which is your charm. They kind of think it over. They kind of whisper amongst themselves and like this cancel. Do you think she has to give them? She possibly does. We can never know. She saw the vision after all, but what does the vision for her mean? We can't see the visions.
Might I ask what gift you are referring to?
You may be like us, in a way, potentially able to learn witchcraft.
You think that that's possible for a doll?
Baba Lysaga can do many wondrous things. Baba Lysaga knows many secrets. She was Strahd's nursemaid, after all.
I would have to leave the castle to meet with her, but perhaps if it were a venture of trying to better serve Master Strahd, perhaps I would be allowed.
We can talk to the Master Strahd. Provide him an understanding that you can provide a use to him outside of the castle.
Yes, that would be wonderful. Thank you.
Very well, we shall talk to the Master Strahd. In return, we will need a small favor from you.
Of course.
There are rivals to our mistress, Baba Lysaga. Another coven.
I see.
They live in an old windmill called Old Bone Grinder. From what we understand, you came here with strong men with skills. If you could convince your friends when you see them again to destroy this mill and this coven, that will be considered payment for this.
Hey guys, would you mind punching some old ladies for me? Sorry, I couldn't help. I couldn't resist.
Push an old lady down the stairs.
I do not know if I would be able to convince them.
You simply trying will be good enough.
Then, yes, if I see them, I will try to convince them.
Thank you, dearie. You are so kind.
Thank you for this opportunity to learn. If there is nothing else I can help you ladies with, I think I will be on my way for the evening.
Very well. Off you go, dearie. You enjoy your night.
Okay, she does a deep curtsy and then she's gonna head back towards the study.
Back to the study.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Finding your way back to the study is not hard. You're starting to learn the castle a lot better by now.
Okay, and she's gonna look around when she gets there for a map of Barovia.
A map of Barovia. That is not hard to find at all. So,
Okay, and looking at it, where is the that mountain that she was told about in relation to the swamp?
all right.
I know, I'm making you look at maps now, huh?
It's all right. I'll probably send you this map over Discord there a little bit after the game. There it is. Lands of Barovia. Come on. The book's not very well laid out. Oh, I got the name of the mountain wrong. It's Mount Gathkis. So the swamp lays at its base.
Oh, okay.
So a thing you're noticing is that there isn't really a road that goes down into the swamp. There is a road that leads a little bit off to its side. Otherwise, it's going to be off-road from there once it passes up a place called Argenvosthold.
Okay.
You do see that there is a trail that leads slightly south of a lake called Barantok, right before it gets to Krez, called the Tolskin Pass, that will lead up into the mountains and then off the map.
Okay. Is there, I guess the pertinent information is there a path that she could take that would take her to the mountain on her way to the swamp?
No, you would hit the swamp first.
Okay. Okay, well, she's going to copy down a rough version of the map into her journal and then probably go back to her room for the night.
All right. What's happening? That's not a good thing.
Oh dear.
So as you're kind of like walking through the halls, going back to your room, you kind of hear what sounds like a footstep, but every other footstep is a loud clang. So step, clang, step, clang, step, clang.
Okay, can I try to stealth into the shadows or something?
Absolutely.
Okay, 32, so that's a success.
All right. So as you kind of like pull yourself into the shadows, you see a torchlight kind coming up from down one hall, burning away the cobwebs as it goes. This woman, a Vistani woman, walks into view with this red coat. She has a rapier on one hip and an axe on the other. And she is looking around, gauging her surroundings. Every other step of hers is this clang as it hits the wooden floor. And then you realize she's wearing one metal boot. And she walks by without noticing you.
Okay, can I roll a psychology as she's walking by?
Absolutely.
86. I'm gonna try to push it. Oh, I'm sorry. That was not a roll. That was. Let's see. Oh, nope, still failed it.
All right. So she rapidly turns around as you're trying to like gauge and look at her. The torchlight landing on you and goes, "Who are you?"
My apologies for startling you, ma'am. I'm the new maid, Daisy.
Tilts her head. You new maid.
Yes, I understand there was one here before I arrived.
There hasn't been a maid in this castle for a long time.
Well, then I suppose before is relative.
She looks you up and down. You not from around here?
No, I was maid in the dollhouse in London.
Dollhouse in London. It's been a long time since I've been to London.
You are Vistani?
Aye. My name is Esmeralda.
A pleasure to meet you, Esmeralda.
She's giving you a long look and goes, "You look like the girl in the portrait in the study."
Yes, I was commissioned to look like her.
You poor child. Your existence is to be a mockery of his lost love.
I do not believe that Master Rahadin intended it as a mockery, though, judging by Master Strahd's initial reaction to me, that might be how he took it, yes.
You're a master to you. How do you feel about your master?
I am a doll. My job is to serve my master in any way that he pleases.
Any way that he pleases.
Well, with some minor exceptions, I suppose, but generally speaking, yes.
Very well then. As Vistani, I am under, of course, the protection of the Lord Master Strahd himself.
Yes, I had heard as much.
Is there anything of interest happening within the castle? Do you know of any plans?
Plans? I believe perhaps Master Strahd intends to have guests soon.
What sorts of guests?
Forgive me, I don't mean to offend. I simply do not know the protocol yet as to how much of my master's private information I am allowed to divulge and to whom.
No, that is fine. I think you've told me enough.
Well, it was a pleasure to meet you, Esmeralda. If there's nothing I can do for you, I was on my way to bed.
Yes, go sleep. Oh, and it is best that Rahadin not know that I'm here. We do not get along.
I see.
All right. And Esmeralda turns and quickly stalks off. Now moving with like what seems like purpose.
Okay. Daisy goes up to her room.
All right, and Daisy goes to sleep without further incident. Alexei and Moore, the sun is setting right behind you as you arrive before these wooden gates of this little backwater town. So the road branches north and climbs a rocky encampment, ending in a gatehouse built into a 20-foot high wall of stone reinforced with buttresses every 50 feet or so. The wall encloses a settlement on the side of a snow-dusted mountain spur. Beyond the walls, you see the tops of snow-covered pines and thin white wisps of smoke. The somber toll of bells comes from a stone abbey that clings to the mountainside high above the settlement. The steady chime is inviting, a welcome change from the deathly silence of oppressive fog, to which you have grown accustomed to. It's hard to tell at this distance, but there seems to be a switchback road climbing the cliffs that lead from the walls to the settlement of the abbey. Go ahead.
Are the gates open, or do we have to?
They are closed.
Oh.
Hello?
Man pops his head up around the wall and goes, "Who goes there?"
Two travelers, sir.
Four.
It's getting dark. We could use
There
some
are four
shelter
of
for the
you.
night. Oh yeah, 4. I forgot. Right, the NPCs.
Let's go away.
We have come a long way to do prayer at the abbey.
The abbey is not accepting guests at this time.
We got blessings from Father. What was his name?
I don't know a father. What's his name?
I don't.
Oh, the
Persuasion.
Absolutely.
I'm gonna push that. Hold on.
Barrington.
I am spending 9 luck points to bring it up to 50, which is my
Down to 50.
or down to 50. Yeah.
All right. So you shout out persuasion. You gotta let us in. It's almost night.
Mm-hmm.
At which point the man kind of like retreats back down. There's talks, and after about 10 minutes wait, the sun just getting ever so lower. Another man pops up along the side of the wall. And he goes, "My name is Burgomaster Dmitry Kreskov. You have business at the Abbey."
I do, or we do.
"We here, Kres, take care of ourselves. I have no desire to shelter Strahd's enemies, nor humor his allies."
We have come for neither, just for prayer.
And yeah.
Prayer and rest for the night.
Hmm.
And information is always welcome, but the former two is mostly what we are seeking. Would you like me to roll persuade on that?
Yes, you can roll a persuade.
Okay. Something I'm good at. Not good enough. I'm gonna push that. $61. Pass. Okay.
That's one. He seems to be in deep debate about it. He goes, "Ugh. Then as on my honor as a Barovian noble, I must show my hospitality. Open the gates and let them in. And you are allowed entrance." But you are immediately met by a couple of men with spears. "If you agreed not to cause any trouble while here, and in return do a service for the city, we will allow you to go up to the Abbey."
We have no intention of causing trouble, but what do you ask of us?
"We have been without wine for days now. Our order from the Wizards of Wine winery has not come in. If you, on your travels, will go down to the south to it, we would be much appreciative of it."
All right, we could go in the morning when it's safe out.
The Abbey is right that way.
All right. Why walk up to the Abbey? I slick back my hair, take my hat off.
Right.
Try and look somewhat presentable to.
I'm just accompanying him, and I'll probably go pray while he's doing whatever he does.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So you walk this switchback road. Eastmark and Irene have decided to come with you. The Abbey might be the safest place in this village to be. In the back of this village, there is a little pool with what looks like some sort of gazebo next to it. But you guys walk past that. The road from the village climbs up above the mist to the wide ledge of which the Abbey is perched. A light dusting of snow covers the trees and the rocky earth. The gravel road passes between two small stone outbuildings, to either side of which stretches a 5-foot high, 3-foot thick wall of jumbled stones held together with mortar. Blocking the road are iron gates attached to the outbuildings by rusty hinges. They appear to be unlocked. Viewing through the gates, the stone abbey stands quiet. Its two wings joined by a 15-foot high curtain wall. A belfry protrudes from the roof top of the closed north wing, which also supports a chimney blowing gray smoke.
Knock on this abbey door, unless it's
kind of like rattle against the gate.
Yeah.
Wait, who goes there? Both of you are going to need to make sanity rolls as two human-sized figures kind of come out of the guard gate. One of them is squat. He looks like he's beardless and patches of donkey flesh covering his face and his body. He has one human ear and one wolf's ear, and a protruding wolf snout and fangs.
Ooh. All right.
2 separate sanity rolls or just one?
Just one, because you
Just
don't do it on others.
Uh,
And the eye. The left side of his face and her face and body are covered with lizard scales, and the right is turfed with gray wolf fur. Between these turfs is pale human skin. One of her eyes is that of a feline, while her fingers and hands resembles a cat's paw. The opposite thumbs.
That's a 63, so it's a pass. Barely, but it's a pass.
All right. And what about
I just like I got a 68 out of 60, so I lose.
All right. So you lose 5 sanity points.
It's like, what the fuck is this?
And I want you both to put mongrel folk 2. You have seen 2 of these things now.
Where at? Just in the journal?
Just there's supposed to be a place somewhere on your character sheet.
I was on the back. Just encounters with strange entities.
Yep. So mongrel folk. Now, not only Daisy is rolling sanity.
Oh boy. Well, I had to roll sanity twice. Both times I barely made it.
Yeah, but Daisy's in Castle Ravenloft, which is an awful place.
I feel so bad for Daisy.
It's like I actually lost sanity for once.
Yeah. So one of them comes out, and he is armed with a shovel. So look out.
He has a shovel. I have my pistol still gripped in my hand in my pocket. My jacket pocket. Come on.
There it is. Somebody did make a Monty Python joke from the wall.
Mm-hmm.
I looked in the private chat. Your father smells of elderberries, and your mother was a hamster.
Yep. Oh, yeah. Staying alive, yes. I agree with Daisy.
All right. So, oi! Yeah, who are you? And what are you doing here?
Men seeking solitude, or not solitude, solace, some prayer, and safety. Sanctuary, that's the word. We have come a long way just to pray at this abbey.
You come a long way to pray at the abbey? Nobody's come to pray at the abbey for years. Yeah, nobody's come to pray at the abbey for years.
Surely you must have had some visitors at the abbey.
No visitors I know. Do you know any visitors? Nah, no any visitors. Nah, no visitors.
Not even the locals?
The locals don't come up here.
Not even a
I can see why.
woman?
Oh, what is that supposed to mean?
Nothing.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure it means nothing.
I'm sure all the pretty ladies come up here. And I mean,
fuck you and fuck your pretty ladies, too.
I'm dead serious. There has to be some woman that must have come to this abbey.
Yeah. Roll a fast talk.
Fast talk? Oh, man. I'm so terrible at fast talk. I don't.
You can do it.
No, I cannot. 61, no.
I've never seen a pretty woman once in my life. What is that supposed to mean? It means you're not pretty. That's what it means. And they start having a bickering argument between the two of them.
Well, are you a woman?
Oh, yeah, I'm a woman. You never seen a woman before in your life? You twee-bitten, two-legged, stepping, hot-talking, talking.
Not many, I suppose. He's just, I'm more confused with this. Like, okay, can we at least come in and take sanctuary and prayer?
Nah. Well, I do suppose it would be an abbey. The abbot will probably want to see them. They do open the gates for you.
Thank you.
Much appreciated. I do the morning symbol thing. Prayer of the morning sun.
Yeah, whatever the fuck ever.
I guess we go into the Abbey. Is there?
So as you walk through the ways, you can see that there's a graveyard off to the south of this area. Walking past this gravel path. A 15-foot high curtain wall joins the Abbey's two wings. Beneath its battlements, two guards stand at attention, their features obscured by fog. Below them, set into the wall, is a pair of 10-foot tall wooden doors reinforced with bands of steel. To the right of these doors, mounted on the wall, is a tarnished copper plaque.
I go to the two guards. I'm like, have you received many visitors to this fine abbey?
So as you go to talk to them, you're disappointed to find out that they're scarecrows.
Oh. Bugger.
So you're talking to the stuffed... You're literally having an argument with a straw man.
Darn you, straw man. I will beat that straw man up. But yeah, if it's just scarecrows, I'll look around the abbey. Just see if there's anything around or anything, any sign for what I am looking for.
No immediate sign. You can read the copper plaque that reads Abbey of St. Markovia. May her light cure all illness. The two giant doors are unlocked so you can push your way into the courtyard, where the entrance to the actual entrance into the building itself would probably be.
Oh, it is unlocked?
Yes.
Okay, open the doors.
All right, so you push open the doors. Let's see here. Thick fog fills the courtyard, swirls as if eager to escape. The courtyard is surrounded by a 15-foot high curtain wall on which stand several guards with their backs to you. Or so it seems at first. It's clear now that the guards are mere scarecrows. Wooden doors to the north and east lead into the abbey's two wings. In the center of the courtyard is a stone well fitted with an iron wrench, to which a rope and a bucket are attached. Along the perimeter, tucked on under the overhang wall, are several stone sheds with padlocked wooden doors, as well as 3 shallow alcoves that contain wooden throws. 2 wooden posts pounded into the rocky earth have iron rings bolted to them, and chained to one of them is a short humanoid with bat wings and spider mandibles. Sandy roll.
Okay. 63 again.
That's
All right.
both of us?
Yes.
Okay. And I have to roll under my current sanity, correct?
Yes.
All right. Come on. 54 out of 55.
Nice.
Barely.
Our
All right,
sanity
and I
rolls
want you
have been
guys to
bare.
put Mongrel Folk 3. It should be 3 now.
Okay.
The quiet is shattered by horrible screaming coming from the sheds.
A horrible scream from the sheds. Mm-hmm. I look to the guy hanged up on the wall first. I'm like, what's going on here? What's happening?
As this creature pulls against the chain, tries to take off into the air on these bat wings, it just yanks right back down.
I shut the door and I look to where's the other 2 mongrels?
They're back at the gatehouse. You've left them far behind.
We left them far behind.
Yeah.
You said the other 3 doors that are padlocked?
Are the 3 doors padlocked?
Yeah, well,
No,
yeah.
there's just these giant central doors that lead into the courtyard.
Into the courtyard? I thought there was other doors. You said, wasn't there something else that's making
Yeah,
noise?
they're inside the courtyard.
Inside the courtyard? Okay.
Yeah.
To the courtyard then.
The guy only has like 15 feet he can pull on this chain, so you can take long berth around him.
Okay.
As he's looking at you with these 3 red spider eyes on the right side of his face, just tries to make a running gun for you. The chain yanks him back.
Still got my hand on my gun. It's like, but I am on a
Eastmark
mission.
is not as subtle. He's got his sword out at the ready. Just maybe the Abbey was not the safest place.
We can make it the safest place in a little bit. Where is? And then I keep going into the courtyard.
Yeah, courtyard. So there are a couple of sheds that you could try to go into, and there are 2 doors, one on the north and one on the east side.
One on the north, one on the east side. I'll probably try both areas, so I guess we'll go north. Or I'll go north.
All right. So you walk into a foyer. This room used to be an office, as evidenced by the remains of a desk and a chair, both of which have been smashed to pieces. A hallway to the south leads to a staircase going up. A dark passage to the east is filled with unnatural whispers, mad laughter, and bestial odors.
I'm gonna go to the desk real quick. And see if there's any reports or anything, any sign of someone been here recently.
No, there are no reports, no papers, nothing.
Nothing. I guess I'll go down the court or the hallway with the whispers. I suppose I'm not liking it, but I'm tempted to go back and just ask what's going on. But I also need.
Try to find the abbot, I guess.
That's the goal.
So
right?
this hallway, the slightless corridor has multiple doors behind which you can hear like creatures that shatter the quiet with mad cackles and whispered curses. The stench is overpowering.
Is it dead body smell, putrid? Same time.
Yeah, like this smells like scat and body odor, uncleaned people.
Oh,
Just
sense I'm familiar with then.
yeah.
Okay.
So basically, anime con.
Yes.
I'm kidding.
Eastmark suddenly goes, "What under the light is that thing?" As trudging towards you down the end of this hall is a 7-foot tall man wearing a loincloth. Different parts of his body don't match, as if they've been stitched together. Another sanity roll, please.
Oh boy.
Oh my god.
Dice don't fail me now.
Oh, 60. Whew.
That is a 75.
You lose another 3.
That's fine.
God, I'm
Flesh Golem 1.
Flesh Golem. God.
Uh,
Oh my god. This is turning into a nightmare. God. I'm
So
I'm not liking my rolls. They're too close to my 65.
It comes towards you, and it comes towards you, and it starts kind of going, and it starts moving faster towards you. We are in combat.
Combat. Okay. Shooting through my jacket.
So, combat is determined by who has the fastest dex.
Ah. Okay.
What is your dex, Matthew?
40.
40. And what is your dex?
I am-
Alexi?
I have 60.
60. So, Matthew, you're first. And it is
Wait,
Irene.
Is it Alexi first because he has a higher dex?
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, I got it backwards. I'm so used to all the numbers being down. So, Alexi. Then it would be Eastmark, Irene, and then more to bring it up at the end, and then the Flesh Golem because he's a kind of a slow creature. All right, Alexi.
Okay. Give me like a good layout of the room.
All right, so you're in this narrow hall. There's all these doors on either side of you.
Mhm.
There's the way you guys came that leads back out to the courtyard, and there's also a staircase that way that goes up.
And there's nothing in the court as significant in the courtyard. I could use like a rope or chain or something.
There is the mongrel folk that's chained up.
Yeah, I'm not. That one's being used.
There's things like that would require a luck roll
Hmm.
if you're trying to find something like that. So you would roll dice like normal and try to get under your luck.
I just spent a good chunk of mine. That's. How big around are its legs?
The human.
Okay, so so someone could feasibly like trip the. It's not just like two massive columns of meat.
Yeah. Yeah, this is like a human person who's been stitched together.
I'm going to trip him.
All right, you're going to try to trip him, knock him over.
Yeah.
All right, so this is probably going to be some sort of strength.
Or fight and brawl, and I don't know, just to like.
Yeah, you can roll a brawl. Fight brawl.
That's one of my better skills. That is just beyond a half success, 28 out of 60. So
half success. He's going to try to maneuver out of this, however. Oh, that fell off the desk. That's an 80. So yeah, you trip him. Just managed to get up underneath his legs. Like, go up to him. He's bigger than you, so you just duck, grab him like right beneath the knees, go, and he's down. That makes it Ismark's turn. Ismark is going to come up with his sword, and he is going to stab this thing. No, God damn it.
he's prone, everybody. Beat him up.
All right. Ooh, that is an extreme success, so he's going to do some extra damage. 5, 9. He does 9 points of damage to this thing as he stabs it with a sword. Comes in, stabs. It is still kicking. That makes it Irene's turn, who is going to follow up her brother's move. Now, another extreme success. She rolled a 13. 10. This thing is still alive as she stabs it as well. More.
Oh, stabbing it. I'm tired of this. I'm gonna shoot it with my handgun. Since he has it captured, I'm gonna walk up to it though, because I don't want to actually shoot anyone. I'm gonna, as close as I can, just put my handgun, the Wesley Fosbury pistol to the temple of its head, and pull the trigger. And then I'll roll.
All right. So you do roll with. I think there's rules about firing in melee combat that cancel this out, but he's also knocked over, so just roll normal.
Just roll normal? Okay.
Yeah.
That's 36. So I would.
Can't.
So 36 out of 80. So I'm not sure what kind of success that is.
All right. So he can't duck for cover, so there's nothing that he can do to try to get out of that. So you roll your damage.
All right. Let me find a 1d10 plus 2. And I could do this 3 more. I could do this 3 times. So this is the first one.
So
it's a 6 points of damage for the first one.
all right. So when you take your shot, cranium just goes flying everywhere, and his body just goes limp. You guys did a lot of damage to him real fast.
Nice. We didn't even have to. I didn't have to roll the other 2 attacks. Hooray!
Hey, you saved bullets.
Yeah.
And I just pushed it the hell over.
All right. I'm furious.
I mean, that was a great tactic to do. Just knock him down.
Yeah, it worked really well. but Moore is furious. This is not what he was
because
expecting.
he gets 3 attacks. He could wreck some shit.
Oh, he could have. But thankfully it's dead. So, but he's pissed. Is there anything at the end of this hallway? Real quick before
there's a door at the end of this hallway.
Does the golem have anything on it aside from a loincloth?
No. But all the maddening sounds on the other side of these doors has increased with the sound of the fight and the gunshot. Just
All right. And same with the end of the store.
This door leads out into what looks like a small garden.
Small garden.
Yep. Nestled between rising and plunging cliffs are 4 rectangular garden plots enclosed by 5-foot-high walls of mortared stones. White rabbits nibble on turnips uprooted by the cold. 2 lifeless scarecrows are stuffed with stuffed gullets of sackcloth, heads hanging from wooden crosses pounded into the cold hard earth.
I need questions need answering. I'm gonna turn back. I'm gonna talk to those 2.
You're going right back to the gatehouse?
I need those knuckleheads to tell me what is going on here. Yeah.
All right.
I demand to see the manager.
We'll see how this goes. But I am pissed. Moore is pissed.
All right, Moore goes storming back to the 2 mongrel folk at the gate. You do not have to roll again because you are aware about these guys. And they look at you as you come charging in.
Oh, just keeping my cool somewhat, but yeah, I'm not running. I'm just walking with determination.
All right.
What's going on? What is, first of all, what is stuck up in that abbey? We have chained up, locked away. What's going on?
Brothers and sisters.
And the golem?
That's the one who's meant to keep them in line, make sure they don't break out of their cells.
That would have been a good warning next time.
You didn't ask.
You should have told.
Is there anything else we should know about, and any way we can deal with it other than killing it?
Anything else you should know about? Don't let Mishka off his chain. He likes to kill people. It's kind of a problem.
Has anyone been up here? A girl named Esmeralda. Has she been up here?
I haven't seen a girl.
Are you sure? 100% sure?
Kind of look at you and it's like, oh, yeah, what are you going to do about it if we don't tell you the truth, huh?
Oh no. Oh, God. All right. He's going to nod his head. Like, all right. He's going to turn around like he's about to walk away, and he's going to reach into his bag, and he's going to pull out. See, he's going to pull out a Remington M1 1889. So he's going to have a shotgun in one hand and the pistol in the other. And he's like, would you like to find out?
That is going to be an intimidate with a bonus die.
All right.
And I'm just kind of like, oh, like I just like take a slight step back. I'm like, all right, you've been packing guns this whole time.
Yeah, and now you can look inside a duffel bag, and it is just chocked filled with guns. Just like all the guns.
I rolled a 38 for my first one, which is 55. Do you want me to roll? What's the bonus? I just rolled the one again?
You roll the 10s, and then you take the better of the 2 result.
Okay. 23. So that's better.
And they go, whoa, 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 whoa. Easy, man. Easy. Take it down.
Esmeralda, have you seen her? A woman?
No, we haven't seen this Esmeralda. All right. If anybody knows about it, it's the abbot. All right. He's probably in the dining hall with that thing he made for Strahd.
Take me to him.
All right. All right. And they start to kind of like lead you in. They take you to the east door in the courtyard.
All right.
Gentle sounding music trickles down from above, played on a single string instrument by some unseen master. The ground floor is one large 50-foot square room with arched lead glass windows. A cauldron sits on an iron rack above a fire in a hearth, while above the fireplace mantel hangs a gold disc engraved with the symbol of the sun. In one corner, a wooden staircase climbs up to the upper level, while in another corner, a stone staircase descends into darkness. Several chairs surround a wooden table that stretches near the length of the room. Wooden dishware and gold candelabras are neatly arranged on the table, standing behind which a young woman with alabaster skin dressed in a torn and soiled red gown. Her auburn hair is neatly bundled so not to touch her soft shoulders. She seems lost in her own thought. A handsome young man with a brown monk robe gently takes the woman by her hand. A painted wooden holy symbol that depicts the sun hanging from a chain around his neck. He moves with the grace of a saint.
Pardon the interruption.
Welcome, travelers.
Matthew just shows up. He's still armed.
Please, put your weapons down. There is no need for harm.
Is she Esmeralda?
No, this is not Esmeralda.
Has an Esmeralda been here?
She has. Please, put your weapons down.
Where has she gone?
Sir, your weapons. Put them down. I need you to roll a power.
Power, okay.
So you should have a skill called POW.
Oh, okay. At the top of the sheet.
Yep.
14.
Is that under?
Yeah, I have a 65 for power.
All right, so you feel a force against your mind, and you manage to shake it off as the abbot tilts his head in curiosity.
All right. You want to play it like this? I lift the pistol up. All the ammo but one goes out. I'll spin the chamber, put it back in, and I'll raise it up again at one of the two mongrels, and I'll pull the hammer back. It's like, we're going to play a little game. Anytime a question is not answered, the trigger is going to be pulled.
Jesus Christ.
I got the shotgun in the other hand. Now, where did Esmeralda go?
Irina's going to go, more! Calm down!
That wasn't an answer to my question.
Esmeralda has gone off to explore the castle Ravenloft. She will be back soon.
You promise?
I promise.
Right.
Please put your weapons down. You are
At
clearly
this point,
very
I start chiming in
stressed.
like, okay, just like, yeah, put the gun away. I mean, I can understand. Yeah, after the whole flesh golem thing, yeah, that was a bit of a what the hell, but just calm down now.
He'll put the pistol away and he'll slowly start picking the ammo up, but until the ammo's all picked up and put back in the gun, the shotgun will still be up, and then once he collects all of his belongings, he'll put the shotgun back in his duffel bag, but he'll keep the pistol close. But yeah, it'll be down. It'll be concealed. So yeah, the guns are down.
All right.
Weapons are down.
Weapons are down. The abbot is holding hands up. That girl, by the way, sitting at the table, she hasn't moved an inch. She's so blissfully unaware of everything going on.
Oh god, he didn't. Now Melor's even More. What happened to the girl? You didn't hit her, did you?
What?
No abuse is going on here. I'm seeing a
No.
bunch of weird stuff going on. People chained up, abominations chained up. These two. I have questions that need answering.
She slowly stands up and starts to turn around. I need both of you to roll another sanity. As you see, her body is also stitched together.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, things took off, didn't they?
They took off a little bit. All right, that's a 26. That's a lot better than all my close ones. God.
Okay, that's a 31. Good.
Oh my god.
So now Flesh Golem 2, if you please.
Oh, Flesh Golem 2.
Scroll all the way down. And boop.
Jesus Christ, more.
It's like, fucking hell.
Kill a motherfucker, I swear I will.
Oh, if he didn't answer the question, it was gonna be click until it starts talking. Moore is not happy. He came to find his beloved. Tony fell in love with that. She might not even love him, but he's gonna find her.
More is all over the place. Now, please take a seat. Calm yourself.
I think I'll be as calm as I'm going to be until these questions are answered.
Esmeralda will be back shortly. She said she would be.
How old do you know her?
Not very well. We've only met a short time ago. She arrived here hoping to find an ally against Strahd.
And did she?
Not in the way she hoped.
What does Esmeralda look like?
She is a beautiful Vistani woman, long, curly black hair. She is strong, well-seasoned traveler.
She never told me what she looked like. All right. I guess the next question is, what are all these things around this place? Why are some of them locked up in cages and the others free to roam?
The Bellevue family. They came seeking asylum. Their curse runs deep, as you've seen. Some of them could not handle their monstrous forms and have gone insane.
I look to Eastmark. The Bellevue family, is that someone you recognize, a name recognizable?
I am not very familiar with that name, no.
Mr. Borokov?
Don't ask me. I haven't. Unless, I guess I could roll a history roll. I don't know. I do have that skill.
Absolutely, go ahead.
That is exactly 40. I do know something.
So the Bellevue.
Oh, you said Bellevue. I thought you said Barovia. Okay. Yes, I totally know something.
So when you were hanging out with the Vistani right before you met up with everybody else, the Bellevue family was talked about briefly as being this family that lived out in the swamp in the middle of the valley. They apparently traveled up Mount Gethish, met some sort of power up there that cursed their form as they were looking for perfection to their physical might. They ended up in the Abbey, seeking asylum from madness, because that's what the Abbey does. It's an insane asylum.
And these Bellevues, where are they now?
You've seen some of them. You threatened one of them just recently.
Oh, the two mongrels?
The mongrel folk, yes.
Ah. Okay.
I assume that big that big beefy patched together man, and down the other hall. I assume he was important. We kind of accidentally, well, not really accidentally. It was totally on purpose, but we had a confrontation with them.
He attacked first.
Because you were trespassers.
We weren't really told which way to go.
That is a regrettable misinformation. We apologize for my flesh golem's behavior towards you.
And we apologize for killing it. It was... Attention was not to kill.
Misunderstanding. Just, yeah. But, is there any chance? Is there a room to stay for the night? Or
we have rooms up above where you will be where you can stay and you will be safe. I'm sure Colvin, one of the Belleviews who is not completely insane, will enjoy the company.
Yeah, we were also kind of looking for some place to keep her in check and point to God damn it, I forget her name. Irene.
Like I say, those who come seeking sanctuary will receive it here.
So, thank you, Abbott.
Yep. Thank you, Abbott. I do once again apologize for what I did. I am not a good man.
It is okay, child. Now just rest easy until Esmeralda comes here. Barrington. You arrive back at the Watcher Manor at night. Is Amish around?
Yeah, I'm here.
So you arrive back at the manor at night, taking a great deal of interest in the fact of why does this book club need to meet at night? It is kind of just a weird thought that's been sitting in the back of your head. You are greeted by a servant who leads you into the kitchen where Lady Watcher is waiting for you.
Hello again, madame.
Hello, Barrington. Are you ready to meet the others?
But of course.
This way, if you please. And she leads you into the kitchen, into the pantry, and slides open a secret door to a staircase that leads down below ground.
Fascinating.
She walks down this staircase and into this small, dirty little room where she speaks, "Let the sleeping dead lie." At which point, 4 other voices respond back, "Let the sleeping dead lie." Candles are lit as a pentagram is shown clearly on the ground. That's going to be a sanity roll from you.
Yeah. Makes sense. Sanity. Oh, there you are. Extreme success. Yeah, Barovia has no effect on drill.
He's like, oh no, it's one of those.
Eventually, it'll come to a head, but not yet.
And she mentioned,
I'll find it hilarious if I make it do the entire thing without breaking insanity. My guy would think, "Oh, just one giant illusion."
At some point, you're going to snap.
Yeah, eventually, I will. Yeah, but
More parlor tricks. So she kind of like grabs this massive tome, of which is some sort of manifesto on deals with devils and demons. And she starts to lead the book club into this satanic ritual with lots of prayers.
Mm.
At the end of which she says, "We wish to be blessed with wealth." Gold coins start to fall out of thin air into the center of the pentagram, piling up into a nice little neat pile. That's going to be another sanity.
Okay, yeah, that might get his attention. Oh, and sure enough, I failed.
Yeah. You lose 2 sanity points. And I want you to put down magic 1.
All right.
Actually, no, not magic 1. I want you to put down devil 1.
What was that one?
Devil 1.
Oh, devil 1. Okay.
Yeah. So, Barrington, how do you react to the sudden appearance of gold?
He like, what in the hell?
Did you not understand?
He starts looking around like, this is actually real.
Yes, of course.
Oh, what is this place?
Welcome to Barovia. And that's where we're going to end tonight.
Oh,
Yay!
yeah, that was such a great stream.
Nice.
Yeah. I don't want it to end.
Yeah, this is where Barrington's world comes crashing to an end.
Oops, I joined a cult.
Oh, poor Barrington. Poor Daisy.
Poor Moore. You just went off the deep end.
It's like, okay. It's like,
Oh,
yeah, I have a boner, god damn it.
Oh god.
Oh man, yeah. Moore was not happy at all with not finding Esmeralda. He's like, his first thought was, all right, is she part of like, is she in one of these cages? Did you do something to her? What is going on? Did you touch her at all? Like that was instant reaction number 1. Even though out of character, I know she's talked to Daisy, so I know she's safe. But in character, no idea what's going on. He's seeing monsters for the first time that isn't human. He's like, all right, we're going. This is the path going down. And I think the worst part is when we get up to the bed and we're isolated. I'll talk to Borokov and all that. Like we're gonna like, yeah. If she doesn't show up in the next few days, we might go back to square one here.
Like it's like I was like, put the guns down. All right, Russian roulette time.
Like you didn't answer my question here, buddy. We're about to go. Like
Jesus Christ, dude.
Yeah, Morris seen some shit. He's not. This is not the first time he's done battle. Oh, that was fun though.
Oh man, that was great. So thank you to the chat for coming. It was wonderful to have you guys. I hope you enjoyed the stream. Thank you to my wonderful players, Amish, Blue, Nick, and Hex. It's always great to run a game for you guys.
Well, thank you for running the game.
Likewise.
It's always fantastic to play with you and everyone else here. Oh, burger.
All right, and with that, I am Dr. Crow. I read a book once, and it's my goal to see you smile. I'm certainly having a great time. I'll see you guys next week. Bye-bye.
Later.
Bye.